Welcome back to episode 322 of the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast. My name is Josh. If you're new, let me introduce my friends. First,
he's a man of few words, but many edits, and was voted by the Hobby Content Guild as hockey's sexiest producer. It's Baba Louie.
Hey.
Hi. How are you, Baba Louie?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm good. So you dropped your little baby girl off of college.
Yeah, I'm glad you finished that. You dropped your baby girl.
Yep,
I did that one.
Yeah. Did you cry? Did I cry? Who cried?
You know what? No, Mom did, but it was such a weird situation with this drop-off thing, because we got there at about 9:30. I parked. I didn't have much of her stuff in my vehicle. I managed to get 96% of it in hers. And she parked up front, and there was like 9 people ready to go. What room are you in?
Oh, yeah.
It was like, holy crap. So everybody just started grabbing stuff. Boom, to the room. Start setting stuff up. We had to flip the bed over, take the bottom off it, flip the ends back over, put the bed back on so it was off the ground a little bit, because she got some of those like 3-drawer things, and we put them back to back on rollers, and I zip tied them together so she has 4 of those, so 2 of them can kind of spin under the bed depending on what she needs. And then it was like, put stuff together. Mom was out putting some stuff together. I was changing the fridge doors around so they would open up the right way, putting up curtain rods in the closet, doing all this stuff. And before you know it, it was like 1 o'clock. We're starving. So we go eat, but we got to be out of there by 2-ish. And they have a mandatory thing at 2:30. Well, we were getting down to crunch time. I mean, we finally got everything done. But then it was like, she's like, I got to go. I got to get to this thing. I have no idea where I'm going. So I got to figure that out. So it's just like, hug, goodbye. We'll talk to you later. She's gone.
Aww. Yeah.
Huh. Okay. But, then we went Mom and I went camping for the last couple of days. And
nice. Yeah, I saw your setup. You got a sweet, looked like you had fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. But she didn't call us, would have been Saturday. So we took that as she was doing just fine. And we talked to her yesterday, and
she was doing homework.
Everything seems to be going well. Yeah. They got them busy. They're busy. Like yesterday, they had something. Sunday, they had something going from like noon to 4, a mandatory thing.
That's a good thing.
So they're keeping them busy, and
busy's healthy.
It's good. She's having fun, doing well. She likes, I didn't know this, not too concerned, but the dorm area she's in, it's boys and girls. And
co-ed?
Yeah.
The bathrooms too? The bathrooms?
No, but right outside her place is the laundry room, and then just out and down about 10 feet's the bathroom. But they realized that on her wing, it's only her room. There are 2 friends next door, and then another room. There's like 6 girls and I don't know how many guys, but she's like, the bathroom's not going to be a problem. Like showering, the girl thing.
Oh, yeah.
In their rooms, they have sink and all that stuff. So literally, it's just bathroom and shower.
Until they walk in one morning, some dudes in the bathroom. That'll happen.
Yeah, drops a big steamer. They're like, ew.
That's okay.
Well, you got through it
somewhere.
Yeah. Well, another little birdie leaves the nest.
Yep.
And here with Louie today.
He wears pork chop pants, requires frequent potty breaks, and just wants a girl to hold his very hairy hand. It's Phil from Ottawa.
Hi, Phil.
Hey, Josh, how you doing? You look disgruntled. You okay?
Oh, we'll get to that. Did you drop off any kids at college this weekend? Do we need to check that box as well?
No, my son does not need help from his father. He just takes my Sierra and he says, "See you later, Dad." I went to hug him yesterday and he was, you bonked my head. Okay. Okay. Sorry, man.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Anywho,
Phil uploaded a new video to the Gongshow YouTube channel yesterday. It was very funny. You did me dirty.
not that dirty. I went pretty tame. I went
Yeah.
pretty tame. So I photoshopped out the drool. So you're welcome.
What did I miss?
Oh, yeah. Well, you didn't
Nothing,
miss-
camping boy.
Yeah. All I'm going to say is expect a strongly worded letter from my attorney in the next day or two.
Yeah, because that's the first time I've received one of those. Anyways, throw that in the trash. Listen, I think we're even now. Like you said on the phone. You said on the phone, "Oh, I'm gonna get you back." I'm like, "Get me back." That's me getting
I
you back.
have receipts. Oh, that got loud.
Screw your receipts. Get lost.
Yeah.
I made a video, Louis, and Josh is all butthurt because I put a picture of him sleeping when you guys were driving to the expo. That's it.
Oh, I got lots of those.
But I think maybe actually, Josh, I just figured it out. I think you're more upset you realize that's the picture I have when we talk. That wasn't a bit, bud. That's your picture.
Yeah. Laugh it up,
That's why
Snuggles.
that's why it's
You
so
two
funny.
just ham it all up. And when you're crying because I've destroyed your feelings
Yeah.
through my savagery and creativity, that I want you to remember this day. I want you to timestamp.
All right, you're not allowed to
Write it
pay
down.
anyone. You're not allowed to pay anybody for help. If you're gonna do anything, it has to be all you. Yeah, exactly. I just screwed you over, eh? You're fine.
All right.
All right.
Well, thank God, boys. The season is coming. On Thursday show, the next show, we start our 10-part 2025-26. Oh my gosh. Season preview that'll bring us right up to opening night of the NHL season. We got a lot of great topics to get into over the next month or so, and I'm very excited. This is the last summer episode. It's over. It's not August anymore, Phil. You're very happy about that, right?
Thank goodness.
It
Yep.
sucks.
Paid my rent this morning. Good for another 30 days. Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
happy.
What happened on Friday nights with Phil?
Hey,
Oh,
I
it's-
didn't make this first slide for my health.
Oh, sorry. Happy Labor Day. I'm sorry, and then we'll get into your Friday night show.
Oh no, I'm wearing white. Is that bad?
No? Why?
I
After
remember
Labor Day.
watching. I remember watching a movie,
Oh, yeah.
and a woman was wearing white heels, and another woman killed her.
Yeah.
Something about that. Yeah.
So if you celebrate Labor Day, if you're in the US, happy Labor Day. If you're in Canada and you celebrate Labor Day with a completely unnecessary U in it, happy Labor Day to you too. Labor Day or whatever that
Labor.
Oh, that's right.
Labor.
That's spelled correctly.
No, it's unnecessary.
Well,
Not
it's funny. Huh?
See, we are efficient in America. We get rid of all the unnecessary.
Shoot first, ask questions later. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Baba Louie, for the reminder. Okay, now Friday nights with Phil. What did you do?
That was good. I was a bit nervous. I was running late, and I was worried the chat would be upset. But I texted Dave, and he said, "No problem, Phil. I'll take care of everything." So I don't quite easily. Actually, he agreed. And then I was a few minutes late, and then some weird guy. I don't know. I don't really like the cut of his jib. Looked some bald weirdo was there. I don't know. I kicked him off, and then the show started. So that was weird. I don't know if you want to check that out. Go ahead. But it was super fun. I leaned heavy on the cards last week. The cards of the stars. I basically all week was saving screenshots and links to cards that I want in my PC or want to talk about. And it worked out fantastic, man. That we have the same folks every Friday. We have 150 deep. It's a lot of fun and big community. And it's going great. And we also did clear cut. I gave away a box and I hit a Logan Stankoven card. I don't know too much about clear cut and post 2020 releases. That's why I have Dave as my sidekick.
Sure.
Because I get everyone about 70% of the way there, and then Dave can finish it off with accurate information. Yeah. So we're a good team.
Yeah. I've heard you're not a good finisher. Thank you, though, Phil, for the update. Okay, got to make a quick mention for Gongshow's official breaking partner, GP Sports Cards. Now, normally, today, the Wednesday night breaks lineup will be posted at gpsportcards.com. You want to head there right away, get those spots because they go quick. Also, bookmark GP on Whatnot as they're ramping up streams and breaks there too. GP typically breaks on YouTube every Tuesday and Friday, and I think more often on Whatnot. And then finally, if you have a collection, especially one with some heat, Grant is one of the biggest buyers out there. He's incredibly fair with his prices because, well, let's be honest, he just wants to buy the cards anyway.
Yeah, I know.
He's a sucker. So hit up GP on IG and any other means, I guess, to get in contact with them. Maybe start a conversation with him about your collection today. Lastly, before we get started, a reminder that our show, this show, the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast, is a Patreon podcast. What that means, well, is we rely on the support of listeners like yourself, watchers like yourself, to help cover our show expenses, continue to produce more what we hope to be better hockey card content, and then fund initiatives, even in a small way, to grow the hockey hobby. You can support us for as little as $5 US a month. You can save a starving Phil and help pay his rent. Be one of the first 999 supporters of our show, a future watch gonger, as we like to call him. You get exclusive access to our Discord and can join our amazing community there. Oh, will we have a behind the bench? Have we heard
from Neil?
I haven't heard. I'm ready to get her done, but I don't know if we got one.
We'll see. It might be a surprise. That's our Discord exclusive show, typically launched on Tuesdays. And we have fantasy hockey coming up. We'll do a 5K challenge this year, a whole bunch of other fun stuff there too. If you want to support our show, just go to our website, hockeycardsgongshow.com, click on the Become a Patron link at the top of the page, or go to Patreon directly, patreon.com, search for Hockey Cards Gong Show. There's a link in the show description for the good listener, both podcast apps, or all the podcast apps, and then our YouTube, what is it called?
Website.
Description as well.
Oh.
Baba Louie, Bobo Lubai, Boobity, Schmiboobity. We got one new patron. We're very thankful and grateful for. You want to shout him out, please?
I will. It's R. Mulligan.
It's Rick Mulligan. Yeah, Rick
Mulligan.
Rick's great. Yeah, great guy.
Good.
Very patient with his winnings. That should be their Monday or Tuesday, Rick.
Today or tomorrow. Of some week, of some year.
Yeah. Look at that. He wins something. He's like, I'll join the Discord. I'll see what this is all about.
All right, Louie, you're fresh off a very relaxing camping trip, so you should have a lot of energy for the game plan. We're expecting heat.
Heat, huh?
I guess.
How about if I just get through it?
That works.
All
typically.
right.
Consistently.
Yeah. Starting off with get to know your Hall of Famers. Then we dive into a $1 million drought. Where are all the huge hockey card sales?
I don't know.
After that, it's hobby news. Then Josh had an interview with MCP, My Card Posts, Mark Hill, and they talked a little bit of MCP's evolution.
MCP.
After that, it's new product releases. And for the first time ever on the Gong Show game plan, we have a second page. We get into Gongshow Mailbag and finish up with personal pickups.
You don't get paid extra for that, just so you know.
Okay.
Do we get paid extra for having a longer show?
No.
You get paid at all?
You're going to get nothing and like it.
You will receive less, and you will be happy.
You will be happy. All right, let's kick off today's show with the Get to Know Your Hall of Famer series. It's where we're profiling every single Hockey Hall of Fame player. Probably didn't know that. We do one per episode, and for each player, we cover a quick bio, why you should care about them, and then take a look at their hobby markets. We're back to the class of 1963 after our one-show hiatus to cover Marcel Dion last Thursday. And today's Hall of Famer that we're going to learn more about is Joe Primeau. Louis, you must be a big fan, Joe Primeau.
Huge.
What a great last name, eh? I don't think there's any relation to Keith and Wayne, but
I don't think so, yeah.
Great name. Primeau, bud.
There you go. Okay. Alfred Joseph Francis Primeau lived from 1906 until 1989, stood 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighed 160 pounds. Joe played the center position, was a left shot, I believe. And in a playing career that lasted from 1927 until 1936, he played for just one team, Phil's most beloved, most sacred Toronto Maple Leafs.
Of course.
By the 1929-30 season, Primeau was a full-timer with the blue team. As a player, he won his lone Stanley Cup in 1931-32, also won the Lady Byng that year. Over his career, he scored 66 goals, accumulated 243 points in 310 games played. Primeau retired in 1936 at the age of 30 and then began a second career in coaching. He's still, it's a fun fact, the only coach ever to lead teams to the Memorial Cup, Allen Cup, and Stanley Cup championships.
Wow. That's a good resume.
Very good resume. In 1963, Joe Primeau, of course, was elected to the Hockey Hall of Fame. And in 1989, when the Hockey News published their list of 100 greatest hockey players, they ranked Joe 92. Why should you care about Joe Primeau? Joe grew up playing shinny and frozen ponds in Toronto before joining organized junior hockey, where smart pass-first style began to emerge. Before hockey became full-time, Primeau worked as a painter's apprentice. He almost gave up on the sport until Conn Smythe spotted his talent. In 1928, the Leafs boss, Conn Smythe, traded 6 players and cash to get Primeau from the Kitchener Club.
Nice.
Smythe later said Primeau was worth every penny. Primeau was known as a nervous, quiet kid at first, but Smythe encouraged him to focus on his playmaking vision instead of trying to score flashy goals. He scored his first goal against the Ottawa Senators.
Oh, come on.
And joked
didn't?
who didn't? So did Austin Matthews. Did. Oh, he scored his first 4 goals against the Ottawa Senators.
We won the game. We won the game.
Yeah.
Team sport.
Well, after Primeau scored his first goal, he joked that the puck bounced more off of me than from me. So there you go.
It's kind of funny.
Smythe paired Primeau, the elder statesman at 23 years old, with Charlie Conacher and Busher Jackson. Primeau became the brains of the line, threading passes to his younger wingers. The trio, of course, became known as the Kid Line. In their very first season together, the Kid Line combined for nearly half of Toronto's goals, electrifying Maple Leaf Gardens with speed and youth. Teammates joked that if you just kept your stick on the ice, Primeau would find it with the puck, even through traffic. He was one of the NHL's first true setup men. The Kid Line powered the Leafs to their first Stanley Cup at the Maple Leaf Gardens. Primeau set up key goals, cementing his role as the quiet star behind Conacher and Jackson. In a 1933 playoff season against Boston, Primeau scored a double overtime goal, one of the few clutch tallies in his career since he was known more for passing. Reporters often ask Primeau why he didn't shoot more. His famous response, "Why would I when I've got 2 of the best goal scorers in the world beside me?" Known for his clean play, a very good answer. Primeau won the Lady Byng Trophy in 1934, recording only 4 penalty minutes all season while still being a top 10 scorer. He was also the 1935 scoring leader, leading the entire league in assists and points, a rare achievement for a player who almost never took penalties. By 1936, Primeau's body couldn't keep up, and he retired at just 30 years old. Teammates said he could have played longer, of course, if not for lingering injuries. Well, of course. Duh, right? All right. Let's look at the Joe Primeau hobby market. Now, his hobby market is mainly concentrated around his rookie year sets. The slew of 1933-34 sets that came out that year. The highest selling Primeau card of all time, or to date, is a 1933-34 Hamilton Chewing Gum V288 PSA 7 that sold for $2,314 US in April of 2024. There's also a Primeau rookie in the 1933 V129 Anonymous set. The PSA 6 we're looking at on YouTube is the highest public seller. It sold for $1,975 US in October 2021. And then the next Primeau rookie is from the 1933 Worldwide Gum set. The PSA 6 on YouTube is the highest seller, fetching $1,260 US this past February. And then lastly, there's the 1933 O-Pee-Chee rookie for Joe Primeau. The high seller is this PSA 5 that sold for $950 US this past April. Do you guys have a one that you like the best of the 4 versions?
I will take the Worldwide Gum for $1,260.
Yeah, I like the one on screen. I like the 33 set from O-Pee-Chee. It's it's that much older than 51 Parky. It's almost 20 years older. It's crazy.
Fair. Look at you and your math bragging.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that boy is your Hockey Hall of Famer, Joe Primeau.
Good job, Josh.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great name. Good hockey name. Joe Primeau. Nice.
Strong name. Strong
name. Strong name.
All right. Well, we're going to roll on into I got sucked in the rabbit hole. I admit it.
What'd you do? What happened?
Can't tell you. No, I can't. So at our last show, we talked about the high-end hobby market and how it's been booming over the past few months, and it certainly has. And on our show, Grant Patterson talked about shields in particular, and that we definitely have noticed a huge jump. We just had this, and I think Louis will throw it up. The Luke Hughes rookie shield on Slab Sharks last week, 101, sold for more than $14,000 US in the Slab Sharks auction. I think the second highest selling Luke Hughes card ever is something like $3,000 or $4,000 US. So I mean, it was
Holy Delta Batman.
yeah.
Imagine being Quinn or Jack being like, I can't believe little bro. Well, they don't know, they don't care, right? But if they did know, they like the weakest duckling got the most. That's kind of like Peyton Manning and Eli at Thanksgiving dinner. Eli's got more cups,
This
you
one
know.
doesn't make
Sorry.
sense. This one does not make sense to me.
Someone wanted it, man.
Price-wise.
Yeah,
Just
you
take
follow
one.
the team, Louis. What's your report on Luke Hughes?
Well, he's a damn good defender, but geez, $14,000 for this card for him. Oof.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably. Go ahead.
I thought the book on him was he's still got a big ceiling, but he's still got a way to go.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
he's unproven. I think that's all that matters. We don't. I mean, it's unproven players.
Unproven's perfect. Yep.
There you go. Well, anyways, a very, very big sale. And so again, we know the high-end market is peaking, right? What's missing though in that are the huge sales, like the $500,000 million plus sales. Okay, so I have a question. I don't know if Louis try not to look, Phil try not to look, but how many sports cards do you think so far in 2025 have sold for $1 million or more?
Sports cards or hockey? Did you say hockey or sports?
Sports cards.
Oh, 4.
I already looked.
Okay. 15.
Oh, crap. Can I look now?
Yeah.
Where's the, I don't even see.
No,
15
that was the notes.
There's
Oh,
nothing to look at.
Yeah, you don't read the notes anyway. So
yeah, I'm
that's
like,
probably
what are you?
stupid
That's
of
not
me.
to look at, dude. I don't know.
So 8 baseball cards have sold for more than $1 million and 7 basketball cards.
Wow.
The last $1 million public hockey card sale was in August of 2022. So more than 3 years ago now, when this 1979 O-Pee-Chee Wayne Gretzky PSA 10 sold for $1.2 million via Heritage. Okay, Phil, another question for you.
Okay.
So since this sale, like I said, in August of 2022, how many $1 million cards have sold since then?
I'm going to go with 41, Bob.
Oh, close. Not bad. 47.
Oh, not bad.
So 26 baseball cards, 12 basketball cards, 5 football, 2 Magic the Gathering cards, and 2 Pokemon cards.
Oh,
That's
that was a very sweet story. The guy in Toronto who hit the 101 the ring, the Hobbit ring.
Yeah.
That was, and then what's his face?
Post Malone, right?
Yeah, Post Malone. He seems like a genuine guy, and he bought it, and they met. He flew him out, or he went to get the card. It's a great moment. Brought awareness to the trading card community. I was going to say sports card community, but
yeah. Well, since the Gretzky sold for $1.2 million in August of 2022, there hasn't even been a public hockey card sale for more than $500,000. And again, that's 3 years ago now. There's been 139 total sales of $500,000 or more since August of 2022, right? And that's not just, and here's the thing. When you go down to the 500,000 level, it's not just baseball, basketball, and football. This includes cards for F1, soccer, women's basketball, Disney characters. It's like every other genre seems to have really big sales. And lastly, before we kind of get into maybe the theories as to why or questions as to why, the only hockey cards to ever sell publicly or for more than 500,000 are the Tops and O-Pee-Chee Gretzky rookie PSA 10s. That's it.
I think they're never. I would say there's almost a direct connection to there will never be more $1 million hockey cards because the game of hockey isn't being grown the way other sports are, right? Like Bettman and the good old boys club. Until that culture leaves, I don't think hockey is going to be presented to civilians in a different way. Hockey's small and mighty, and guys in groups of 6 to 8, they maneuver to places, right? Like they just like upper management and high tech companies, they seem to migrate around together, and they establish this culture. We're never hockey's a beautiful game, but it's Snoop Dogg said it himself. Nobody knows who McDavid is. I think the answer is simple. I really do. And people and the owners love Bettman. He brings in the money. He's not going anywhere until he decides to. We need a young buck, you know?
Yeah.
a young spitfire out there to try different things and spread the game of hockey. I think doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how good our season. If this upcoming season is the most entertaining in all of history, none of that matters if no one saw it.
Mhm.
What, the same people saw it again? Okay, well, I'm grateful, but my neighbor down the street's not going to. And what an opportunity! Like, what a way to flip something. Like, oh, all the borders are open. Yeah, great. Look at all these new fans. Let's go. Like, right? Let's get them. I try every person I talk to that's new to Canada. I'm like, you're a Sens fan now. Let's go. Every time. I love it.
Yeah.
It's important. It's a great opportunity. And a lot of folks embrace it. A lot of Greeks do. When I grew up, my father barely spoke English. Watched hockey every Saturday he could. Loved it.
I agree with you, but I think there's more to it.
Oh, okay.
Louis, do you have any comments at this point?
No, sir.
Okay. So I have come up with some theories or reasons, and it could be one, it could be a mix of all, it could be none of them. Who knows, right? But let me address your point about that hockey's small. It's like, I agree. I mean, we went through what was it? Well, geez, it started the whole McDavid thing, but the popularity of sports worldwide and hockey was pretty bad, right?
I know.
But even though, so it's like, yes, I understand that. But when you look at, like, when you have F1 cards or women's basketball cards, like Caitlin Clark cards selling for north of 500,000, the hockey hobby is actually bigger than the F1 hobby.
It is? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but when you look at most of the measurables, right? So like cards graded and, stuff like somewhat anecdotal, but
Yeah, but the sport is it. The sport
is different, but the hobby is bigger. So I don't know how to balance those two out. What Bigelow?
I'm sorry.
That's right. And so like I said, I think what you said is probably part of the reason. I also, though, put a lot of thought into how many cards have gone up for sale that we thought should be worth 500,000 or $1 million that didn't sell for that we were disappointed with. I can't really think of any. I think a big part of it is that, and this is so cliche, and I know we love to pat ourselves on the back that we're the truest collectors in the hockey hobby, but it kind of is true, isn't it? Right? I mean, it's like we saw like a crazy, could be $1 million card very recently that I'd never seen in my life before, right? And so like the Tom Brady rookies sell, the $1 million Tom Brady rookies sell like once a month in like the big premier auctions. I think there is something too that maybe there is a handful or dozen, I don't know, total. Did you guys see the Instagram reel that Les Edwards did recently, where he said he's like consolidating his collection down? He's got 44 cards, and they are like bonkers cards.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, there's some Gretzky exquisites.
Yeah, and I don't know if any of those are worth 500,000, but it's like I've never seen any of those cards sell publicly. Not a single one of them is there. Those don't go in auctions, and so part of me wonders if like the best, like the really good stuff, the best of the best, isn't as public. Maybe that's a good way to put it, as the other niches and genres where maybe there's more investor type people. I don't know. Am I off base there, do you think? Or is there something?
I think that's a good point. I think I think, is there a saying, the greatest stories that have happened in the world are nobody will ever know because there's no one to tell them, right? Like great deals can happen behind closed doors, but nobody knows. It just switches hands. So why would you advertise you spent $800,000 cash? Like, I don't know. I don't know how you would get that. You don't want the tax man to know that. You don't want, I mean, people laugh at me all the time for knowing where I live. I'm pretty open about stuff. Life's tame for me these days. So, but I understand maybe people want more privacy on these big deals. So why would they announce it? That's just one idea.
The last kind of maybe potential reason that I came up with is post-COVID. Now I have to be very careful here. I don't want to be misconstrued. We haven't had a generational talent come in that's actually delivered on that promise, right? We have Bedard, who is still, many people think, is a generational talent, and we're sort of waiting for that maturation of that talent to turn into the kind of results that get people real excited. And who knows, we would have had $1 million sale if his Young Guns Gold Outburst would have been pulled and the bounty would have been paid before David Adams bowed out on that too. But other sports have had, Luka Doncic in sort of the basketball, right, is sort of where, again, there's some good young players, but there's nobody that's, I think, like, knocked the socks off on the sports world to this point either. And Bedard is the hope of doing that. Just last season was not the best.
Couldn't it just be as simple as there's more? I know with your F1 example, you tried to show that there's more hockey people collecting cards than F1. Okay. There's more, I don't know a nice way to say this. Not a lot of lesser fortunate people watch F1? Probably not, right? Like are kids in the slums somewhere watching F1?
I don't think you have to like pass an income test to watch F1.
Okay, but I'm saying, but there are statistics and there are statistical analysis of, and numbers don't lie. Sorry if anyone gets upset, but hockey's an expensive sport to play, right? That's why it's always and forever and always going to be a bit smaller. I think never be as big as baseball, never be as big as soccer. It's winter sport for the most part. I think F1 is more of a like golf. Like how many? I don't play golf a lot because I don't have the time. I don't, it's a luxury sport. F1's more of a life's pretty good, so I'm going to watch a lot of sports racing, I guess. So maybe there's more money in those circles to pay those prices. I think your basketball prices are simple. There's 50-1 fans for Luka Doncic.
Sure.
Okay. Compared to Connor McDavid. So for everyone who makes $1 million and more, there's 100 fans for Luka, and there's probably three fans of Connor McDavid that make $1 million or more. So they're competing compared to 50 Luka fans, and that just drives the price up. I don't think I don't know. That's my guess. Sorry, it took a while to get there.
No, but a lot of it, I think, on the basketball side is Michael Jordan too, who is kind of like one of the, probably, if not one of the most popular athletes of all time, and there's not a lot of new cards that come out as opposed to like Wayne Gretzky, because he's signed to an exclusive for Upper Deck, but they don't have the NBA license. And so there's really no Michael Jordan cards, where we get every hockey set, we're pumping out Wayne Gretzky stuff at this point. And so I think like you have to go back to when Upper Deck was producing basketball cards in the early 2000s to get, and those Jordan cards are bonkers valuable, like the limited logos, stuff like that. It's like, so there's a little bit of, I think, a supply and demand. But within all of this, kind of the bummer, I guess, maybe for the hobby, our hobby, is as we see these kind of marquee sales, these, they're way out of our price range, but they create a lot of exposure. And so when you don't have big flashy sales like that, that get like regular media sites that aren't hobby media to cover it, then I think there's a missed opportunity actually to grow the hockey hobby as well.
That's a massive topic. I could go on forever. I think we all could, about how hockey's not going to grow until certain people leave the league. End of story. We can offer all the suggestions, but certain people got to retire. I don't think it's much different than that. There's too many close friendships and too many closed doors. I mean,
wouldn't you like to see like one of these just like monster cards go up for auction though? And again, I don't think they do, because you kind of started with the point, Phil, about how the hockey hobby we're very close knit. Everyone seems to kind of know everyone, which is pretty wild.
I like it.
And so I think if you have like a grail amongst grails, are you going to like send it to Heritage or PW or Fanatics or something like that and pay 20% fee? Or do you just call up all the other big monster collectors and are like, you want to buy it?
I recently purchased a couple of big cards for my my Dolphin Ocean. I called two people that collect a lot bigger than me, and I asked for them for advice, and they knew exactly who I was buying the card from, and one of them lives way across the other side of the country. It's hilarious. Like there's 2 degrees of separation from everybody. So I'm sorry, I forget your question. What was your question? You don't remember it either, do you?
Of course I do.
Okay, what is it?
I don't think I had a question. I think you were just commenting. Yeah.
I would try to have a personal connection to it with my big cards. Everybody knows everybody. I think that's what you were getting at. So
Yeah. Well, I guess that's like my main takeaway. I go back to it's a bummer. I think that I want to see the glitz and the glam, the light shine bright on the hockey hobby, and get
well, there's
some of
no
the
cards
press.
to do it. What cards do you want to be? Like what? Like Stature, Crosby 101 or something? Like that's not a card
Yeah,
that's
but
gonna
I think that there's cards out there like have
like Lee's his post on Instagram. Is that what you're saying?
where's the McDavid Cup shield? Where's the Crosby and Ovechkin shields?
Yeah.
I think the biggest problem is we get into talking about rookie cards and stuff like that. We don't have like a agreed upon like modern grail like football and basketball do with. I would assume that they would call like national treasures that for them. We don't have that gem.
The
It's supposed to be the cup.
It's supposed to be, but it's not. That's what I would think
Whoa!
it would be.
Yes, it is. What are you talking about? The cup is the greatest. This is the grail, dude. Like that's a. You don't think that's a grail? That's the bee's knees.
I do,
man.
but there's nothing where us three probably agree, and that a lot of people listening to us probably do too. But I don't think that's the case for the whole hockey hobby
Okay, I get what you're saying.
as a whole.
Okay. So if there's like a baseball YouTube influencer that doesn't know a lot about football, they still know the big football cards.
You still know national treasures.
Okay, yeah, but
for
they'd be
basketball
like,
and football.
oh, the NHL Shield, is that a big card for you guys? You're saying that would be more their attitude?
Yeah, I mean, does like a shield have the same awareness like a logo man does, right? Everyone kind of knows what you guys.
You're right, Louis. I would think you're right.
You guys don't know two hoots about basketball, but you both know what a logo man is.
Correct.
Mhm.
That, you know what? That's a very good point. Very look, three of us figured that out pretty good.
Mhm.
Yeah. Logo man.
So, yeah, I still would love to see like okay, so that card that like a Ovechkin shield from 101 from 2005 from Ultimate or the Cup that goes up for auction. That has to hit 500,000, right? I have a good chance of it.
It'd be I would say yeah, of course, but I don't think it would at this point. It just takes two people. I don't think there's 15. That's why I'm nervous to say it should.
Yeah.
But I don't think it will because I don't think there's that many big whales in that pool. Like let's say there was 10 shields, 10, forget I'll just wait it out. And I'll just wait for the 9th and 10th one because I'll get that a third of the price of everybody else. Pools are smaller, man.
It's even surprising to me that maybe it shouldn't be, but that one of the Gretzky PSA 10s hasn't gone up for sale in 3 years too.
Well, do you want to put that one back up? And would you want to pay $1 million for that card? I don't think so.
Do you think any of the four, any of the two O-Pee-Chee ones would go over $1 million at this point?
No.
Oh.
Not it will if there's a tech bro or a crypto bro or I don't know, some type of rich person that doesn't know a lot about it. That label first, card later. Sure, yeah, they'll pay $2 million, $3 million, $4 million. Kevin O'Leary will pay 10 as long as his company and he's talked about a lot. Show me the money. He's not.
You know how much media value he got for that $12 million card? Probably
every
25 million in media value.
Every penny worth. Yeah.
But
yeah, that wasn't about the card. That card's not worth any of that. That's marketing. That's the world we live in. Everybody knows that. Come on. Yeah.
Well, we want to hear what you guys have to think. So whether Discord or in the comments, what are your theories? Is it I tend to lean more, maybe I'm more optimistic. I tend to lean more that the best of the best is predominantly buried in this hobby. And we don't even ever get to see, it would be, like I said, it'd be fun to see some of these like mega grail type cards even go to auction, but you're probably right. There's definitely not as many, even, there's maybe if we went back through and every single card ever created and ever graded copy, there's probably less than 10 that we would say even have a snowball's chance of hitting $1 million.
Yeah.
So
But I like how you said a lot of cards they'd have a good chance. Like an Ovechkin Shield would have a great chance, and it might hit 1.4, and we're both
Blown
very
away.
wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
There's just there's no defined. I wouldn't. I know an RPA or a Shield or something is what's gonna define what I think should define the hobby for us, but until we have like, oh hell, like Josh, you said the logo man, like a 101, or go to NT exquisite RPAs. And right now, what the best thing I would say the Gretzky rookie kind of falls into the 52 mantle.
Yeah, that's
huge.
the vintage. And then modern would probably be what the Crosby and Ovechkin Shields, like those would be from 05.
Sure, but we still have too many things competing, and it all depends on what level you're at. You got Young Guns versus SP Authentic Future Watch Autos, Cup RPAs versus PMGs. I mean, so what? I don't know.
Well, really for the right rookie, the Gold Outburst Young Guns could end up being $1 million card. Like if Gavin McKenna, well, let's say Gavin McKenna comes in and scores 70 goals as rookie. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but
it's a weird way to say Michael Misa.
But
I don't know how you
food for thought.
I think it's a small handful of clearly like identified grails in our hobby. So,
and once again, like why I care so much is because there's such a big exposure to it. I mean, we're seeing the benefits that exposure is having left and right in the sports card hobby. And of course, the high tide raises all ships. So we benefit a little bit from that in hockey. But when you get these monster sales, it creates a lot of buzz and it reaches a lot of people that are fans or casual or, I think brings people in. Okay. Let us know what you guys think.
Yeah.
Slab Sharks is a Gongshow partner sponsor. We are thankful for their support of our show. The current Slab Sharks weekly auction on eBay is live, ends this upcoming Thursday night. Another massive auction, boys. More than 4,500 cards are available to bid on at slabsharks.com right now. The auction can't stop, won't stop. Just keeps growing, it seems like. The three of us each spent some time this weekend going through the cards and have picked out our favorites. Now, prior to the show, we were trying to figure out who would go first, and we thought maybe the order in which we share this week should be based off of our high school GPAs. So, of course, naturally, I'll go first. And then Phil asked, he's like, well, what's GPA? And then so Louie and I just looked at each other and we're like, oh, he's last. So same order as always.
I know what report card means.
I don't think so.
They have a bunch of E's on it.
Listen. I don't care. I don't care what you guys say. I know people who got E's. I don't care. It's Berenstein Bears. It's Fruit of the Loom. The cone was there. I don't care. It's that Mandela effect. The E existed. E minus.
Oh, thank you, Louis.
Gosh, I
amazing.
told you what I graduated high school with.
Yeah, herpes.
Something like that.
I love how it took. All right.
Okay. Here's my two favorite cards in the current Slab Sharks weekly auction. The first one. Will it reach $1 million? I don't know. 2015-16 the Cup enshrinements. Triple auto of all of Phil's three favorite players. You got Connor McDavid. That's the big one. Then he loves him some Dylan Larkin and his best buddy Max Domi.
Look at him. He's even whining through the picture. Look at Larkin's face. He's whining through the picture. Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
I'd have taken that whining face on our team.
Yeah, leave all the comments. Josh loves them. Whiner.
Big card. Then, now I know this card you very much will like, Phil. For real. A 2022 The Cup Leon Draisaitl exquisite collection 0304 tribute patch auto out of 25. Amazing Draisaitl card. A little bit of a sloppy D, but that's okay.
Yeah.
And the patch is great.
They love it. I feel like this card was there. Didn't I pick this last week?
Oh, I don't know. Did it not get paid for?
I don't think it did. Yeah, I was trying to say, but yeah, I guess.
No, because we would have definitely known that.
Oh, so it's a different one. It's a new one.
It's a different one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So the guy's probably staggering them. Okay, good. Well, maybe I'll be in on. No, I can't. I just dropped an arm and a leg this weekend. Yeah, never mind. I'm out.
Why stop now, Phil? Why stop now?
Yeah, I know. Why stop? I actually didn't I explain that to you on the phone the other day? I was like, I had to buy it because why stop now? You're like, sure, buddy, keep going.
Louis,
Yo,
what are your picks?
first pick, 2022, the
Ooh.
Cup, Dylan Gunther, rookie shield patch auto, what should be the real rookie card, 101, and the flipping shield is centered beautifully. That's why I picked it.
Miracle. It's a miracle.
I couldn't
Yeah.
believe it when I saw this. I was like,
Your Christmas miracle.
there is a perfect shield card.
Hmm.
Nailed it. Good job. Good job by you for getting that nailed, Upper Deck. But yeah, it's a sick card. Sweet card. Hopefully somebody gets that and enjoys it very, very much.
Good job,
Does-
Billy.
Does this go for more or less than the Luke Hughes?
Way less.
You think
Yeah.
so?
Yeah.
Can't you make the argument he's a better player, though? A better prospect?
Yep.
Yes,
You
absolutely.
should
But
make it.
the card does not look nearly as nice.
Fair.
Either you really love the Picasso Coyote or you really, really don't like it like me.
Mhm.
And
It scares you, be honest.
yeah, it's a little freaky.
Mhm.
And Hughes is part of like a family name. That's
The Bros.
well,
yeah. He's a
yeah.
bro.
Dylan Gunther is not the greatest hockey name. Like I know Wayne Gretzky isn't either, but he made it into one. So
Mhm.
Godspeed, Dylan. But right now, no, this won't. I don't think this will break 10K.
More of like a coffee shop manager name.
Yeah, yeah. Starbucks, make my coffee, Dylan.
Mm.
Dylan's fine. It's okay. I'm being a jerk to Dylan. He's a millionaire and he gets to play and have fun. He's okay. Everyone.
You think you're so good at references, but you really suck at it.
I didn't make a reference there.
I
About
did.
what? Oh, you did? Oh, I didn't notice. Sorry, man.
Mhm. Louis, what's your next card?
This one's a Hellebuck
Ooh.
card. 2018, the
Ooh.
Cup, Connor Hellebuck, limited logos patch auto out of Fitty. Dude, that patch is awesome.
Crazy, eh? I hope that card stays in Canada for your American goalie. It's kind of like the Gordie Howe card.
Yeah. If you're a Hellebuck collector, I
Mhm.
can't imagine
Yeah,
you've seen a nicer card than this.
Right.
I think this. What is this out of 50?
50.
You said, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. This is just a sweet. That's a sweet card. It's got a lot of gold on it. I'd still take it.
I like gold.
You a big Inup fan, Phil? Inup?
Inip?
Inip.
No, I like more Algary.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well,
Mr.
we're contractually obligated to look at Phil's boring picks. So
Yeah,
whatever.
get it over with.
Mr. Horizontal card here.
Yeah, I know. Look at that. I haven't seen this card in years. I forgot the little mini young gun. Yeah. So what you got to do is you got to put up your right hand and just cover up the green a little bit. And then you have yourself a little mini junior young guns. So I'd love to buy this card.
What is it?
It's a checklist. Oh, sorry. It's a 2005 Upper Deck Young Guns checklist. Sidney Crosby, Corey Perry, PSA 8. So I would call Phil his cracking service and crack this baby out. Yeah, I want a bunch of these little cards. I'm gonna home cut them and laminate them. Make little keychains out of Crosby there. Okay, next question. Or wait, no, what? Next card.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think I might officially be a Guy Lafleur PC collector because I don't have it in hand, and I would do what Josh would do for personal pickups, but it's in the mail.
Stop.
And big shout out to Doghouse Records? No, Doghouse Hockey. Andrew.
Hockey cards.
Yeah,
Andrew.
Hockey Cards. Big shout out to him. He was at Frogger Cards in Alberta, I believe.
Oh my God.
And he picked up Guy Lafleur buyback for me, wheeled and dealed for the old Phil. He's mailing it out to me next week. So I'm officially a Guy Lafleur personal collector. So I'm going to go for this card, even though it's an in-person auto. I love the auto. I think it looks great. If it's less than $20, I want to buy it.
Andrew, if you could do me a favor, could you sneeze on it before you send it to Phil? Thank you.
He was mean. He sent me here, Phil. He was good. He's like, here, Phil, I'll send you a video. He's like, this is your address, right? And he goes, I just wanted to be safe and put the contents label on, and it said human excrement or something. He made a joke. It was funny. Yeah, or bowel. I don't know, something yucky, something naughty. It was funny though. It's good sense of humor. It was really nice, but very kind of him to do. And now I have a Guy Lafleur rookie card from the 1991 20th anniversary Upper Deck 2010-11.
Guy Lafleur was a rookie in 1991.
No,
You're a
did I
huge
say
fan.
rookie? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you
It's
did.
not a rookie card.
Yeah.
No.
Mhm.
Just a regular base card that is a buyback auto from Upper Deck with a nice foil on it, which is nice.
Mhm.
Yep. So those are my picks.
Hey, Josh.
Yeah.
But why are there so many bangers in the Slab Sharks auction every week?
Oh, thanks, Louis. I was hoping somebody would ask that question.
Mhm.
Well, it's because Slab Sharks makes it simple to sell your cards on eBay. Phil, you're gearing up for a big submission, right? You got to pay for all the
Huge.
crap that you bought.
I'm really excited. Yeah.
Gonna offload a bunch of Pinto Young Guns.
Nope, not one. I'm actually offloading a lot of my 90s and 2000s cards. That's what I'm doing first. So if there's any 90s lovers out there and early 2000s, I know some of the 2000s not the best, but they're all going in over 300 cards. So keep your eyes open.
Well, Phil, you're gonna find it so easy because Slab Sharks basically does 95% of the work. Plus, your cards get listed in the biggest weekly hockey auction there is. Pretty sweet deal, if you ask me. And America, you too can easily now sell your hockey cards in the best weekly auction because we partnered with Slab Sharks to eliminate the expense and hassle of international shipping. All you got to do is ship them to our PO box, and we get them to Slab Sharks HQ for you. The submission link for the USA is in the show description, but honestly, if you submit just on slabsharks.com, it directs you to send them to our PO box. So that is awesome. And for complete consignment info and to get the submission process started today, head to slabsharks.com. Hobby news.
Hobby news.
Hobby news.
Ooh, very
Yeah.
salty.
I'm working on it.
We're going to talk about tariffs, but I need a warm up before I have the energy to get through that. So
Yeah,
here,
you
we're going
gotta-
to start with a fun story.
Clear your throat here.
Yeah. The Mariners hosted a card show before a game. The Seattle Mariners. This is a baseball story a little bit. So I saw the story on collect.com.
Where?
What the heck did you trade Jay Buna for? He had 30 home runs, 100 RBIs, a rocket for an arm.
Yeah.
You know.
So Phil, your Seattle Mariners did something pretty cool before a recent game.
Okay.
Before last Tuesday's tilt against the San Diego Dads, the Mariners hosted their third annual pregame card show. The event started as soon as the gates opened and lasted until the end of the third inning. So cards and memorabilia vendors were invited to set up on the rooftop boardwalk at T-Mobile Park. And to support the event, the Mariners gave a collectible Cal Raleigh pin that,
Pins
guess-
on stuff.
Yeah, pins on stuff. He's the current MLB home runs leader, I believe. So, so I don't know. I just thought it was cool, right? To see you got a baseball team embracing cards in the hobby, and would love to see this at NHL stadiums. Did you say that? Did the Senators ever do something like this at their arena, Phil?
Yeah, they sure did, and it was Upper Deck sponsored. And I went to go film it, and they wouldn't let me in. They said, "Who are?" I said, "No." And Dan and Jimmy were in the back corner waving me to come in, but the woman saw the GoPro. She said, "Well, I can't let you in." And I said, "Okay, well, I'll just leave the GoPro out here." She's like, "Well, we don't trust you now." I'm like, "What?" So I couldn't. I got dressed up and everything. Well, dressed up. I showered and put pants on, but there was an effort made. Yeah, nothing. Upper Deck sponsored and everything. Yeah, nothing.
Big deal for you.
Yeah.
Okay, now that we've got the feel good story out of the way, now I can talk about tariffs. And so tariffs suck. I had full intentions this whole weekend in preparing for the show to file a detailed and informative report on the subject of tariffs today. And I even enlisted the help of the Gongshow Discord to crowdsource some of the information, citizen journalism. We like to do around here.
A lot of that going on these days.
Yeah. And here's the thing. The more I try to understand what is happening, the more I just get confused. I know, shocking. Yeah, nobody's shocked by that. But so I'm just going to kind of go through what I've put together to this point, what we're hearing from others. Then we'll see if there's any conclusions to be drawn at this point. So here's what we know. The U.S. eliminated the de minimis exception on August 29th that had been in place since 1938, which had waived import fees on small packages coming into the United States from foreign countries with a value under $800 US. The spirit or intent of this rule, I think, is mainly for products manufactured outside the U.S. that are, of course, coming in here. And in the case of, like, for instance, like we talked about this before, like if a hockey card is printed in the US and then imported into Canada and then resold back into the US, I mean, I guess what happens there, right? Is that because the origin of the is still the United States. It's still a product produced in the USA. Or you look at like a 1971 Marcel Dion O-Pee-Chee rookie. I just pulled that one out of nowhere. And which was a card produced in Canada, but licensed by a US company, and then maybe sold in Canada, but brought by someone in the US who, let's say 6 years ago, has the card graded at PSA in California, where it gets a grade 10, where now the value goes from a few dollars to many thousands of dollars. Where's the origin of that card? Right. And so this whole like tariff thing is, the spirit of it is supposed to be based on origin, right? Where products produced outside the US now will be taxed coming into the US. And actually, one of the things I did find that was kind of interesting is sort of like how this is coming about. There, a big reason why this exemption was removed. Do you guys have any idea?
Yeah. You must think I'm following along properly.
Well, I actually had to look into it.
This is for the smart people that are listening. I'm just letting you do your thing, bro.
A lot of it comes down to textiles. And the big clothing companies in the US have not been happy. They've been angry with like the Sheins and the Temus. Now, if you guys have like teenage kids, you'll know exactly what Shein and Temu are, because half my kids' clothes for 2 years came from Shein, right? And so like when Gap they produce a pair of jeans for like back to school, right? They'll produce many thousands of units. They'll put them on big containers. They'll ship the container full of many thousands of jeans to the United States, and then they'll pay taxes and duties on that. What like these Shein and Temu and other companies have been doing to circumvent duties is basically drop shipping from foreign countries and sending small packages whose value is less than $800 US. And it's made the clothing companies really mad, because they've gone to the US government and basically said these companies have a 30% margin advantage over us, or 25%, whatever the duty or import fee is. You guys got to get rid of this. So that is at least part of the driver of this, from what I understand. But again, it goes back to, it's like, not everything is tariffed. Not everything is tariffed the same way. So I actually even took it a step further and went to, well, hold on. First of all, I want to say is that I also don't think that it's just me, that maybe even like the big companies like eBay and Etsy are the companies that are, the media saying is going to be most affected by this. I don't know if Louis, if you can throw it up, but I found, eBay is like very clear and in-depth explanation of what's going on. It was all of one sentence. It says, de minimis to be eliminated effective August 29th. All shipments to the U.S., regardless of value, are subject to duties and customs clearance. That's all they basically have said. Right. And, for such a huge deal, I mean, their stock went way down on Friday when this went into effect. And I have to think that it's because they don't exactly know how this is going to shake out yet. And the one thing they did do is they posted a link to something called the harmonized tariff schedule, which, as you can imagine, is amazingly captivating reading. And I read the whole dang thing. I wanted to know. But according to that schedule, antiques and collectibles are supposed to be duty free.
Right.
Can I tell you something, man? I collect still to this day silver coins and silver bars. Okay.
Yeah.
Precious metals. 99.999 in Canada from our mint. It is free anywhere in the world to import a pure precious metal. There is no duties on it coming into Canada. I'm not exaggerating at all. If you collect silver or bullion or palladium or rhodium, whatever your jam is, 4 out of 10 packages, that's 40%, would get taxes put on them and duty by the border agencies in Canada. It is the bane of my existence, the lack of efficiency on the border in that regard. So none of this really matters anyways to some people, because you're going to end up, you've ended up paying it so much over the course of the years. I've always had claims with my government constantly about, and it's not a win-lose, but I always get my money back. It just takes 6 to 9 months. So it's the red tape that your country is creating sounds exhausting. So good luck.
Well, that's one of my concerns in all this, is that, like, what is eBay likely to do, right? Their lawyers are going to get involved, and they're going to tell their people to charge everyone, even if we don't know, just so we don't get in trouble. Even if it's maybe not supposed to, and then we'll let them fight their border patrol or whoever is the tariff police here in the United States, and get their money back. I read every article I could find. It was all kind of like, fear and loathing sort of stuff. Very vanilla. Nobody has any details. Like, look, we're looking at eBay. They don't have great detail. I don't know if anyone knows how this is going to shake out. And I've heard conflicting things. Like, I don't know if you guys looked at the hot topic section, our Discord, where there's conflicting information in there too. Mark Hill from My Card Post, who we're talking to in a little bit, said he's heard from hobby shops in Canada. They don't think it's going to be a big deal. I've heard similar things from other people. I've heard fear and loathing and the sky is falling from parties too. And here's like, I think we're just going to wait and see. I don't know if anyone knows what the real skinny is.
So why don't we talk it out for some solutions? And I don't care if integrity and morals are a little like, if you're just like, nope, I'm going to pay my taxes and everything's great. Fine, man, you go ahead. I'm going to find loopholes. I can get my cards mailed to my American friends, but I'm in Canada. So if I'm on ebay.ca, but I put my address to Louis' house as usual, or yours or Dave's, there's no issue on the mailing, right? If the card is in America, even though I'm on ebay.ca, but my delivery address is American, did you read anything in your adventures am I safe there? Right? Like, I think so.
Anyway. It's when cards cross a border, right? It's not where
I know, but I'm saying this eBay thing, like, are they going to flag like, no, you're a Canadian, you're trying to beat the system? Well, I guess I'll find out, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you'd have to, in your hypothetical, you'd have to come to America to claim your cards, but don't incriminate yourself. So I would be careful doing that. But what you're kind of talking about, though, is my key takeaway at this point is there's going to be people, of course, who are doom and gloom, because that's human nature, right? Some people they just look at, this glass half full, glass half empty, glass never had a drop, right? There's going to be people that take that approach. There's going to be a lot of people that are like, wait and see, right? Perfectly understand that. I always tend to lean to change as an opportunity, right? No matter how much we don't like it, how uncomfortable it might be, whatever the case, right? I mean, what we know is that the situation isn't helping anything. It's just like, to the degree that it hurts, could be a lot, could be a little bit, not much at all, right? And I think that, listen, we love our cards. Like if this makes you get out the hobby, you are 1 foot out anyways.
No one's doing that.
No, I know. To do, people are.
Well, that
you know what I mean, though. It's like,
I don't want them in my hobby. Then that's silly.
And we love our cards, and when we find cards we want, we go get them, right? And so I think that we'll find creative solutions to still get the cards that we want in our collections. It sucks that it's such a P in the A right now.
I think I think we should have a new channel in Discord saying cross-border pen pals, buddy system. You want to be my USA buddy? I'll be your Canada buddy.
I'm pretty sure you already have like 20 of those. So I think you're good. Well, and even like to your point, like you were talking about on your show Friday Nights with Phil, and maybe when we were just talking on the phone, that it doesn't even sound like Canada really knows what's going on. Like your post
No,
office like punted and they like, use an app, you know. And,
Yeah, dude. Yeah. If you want to know more about that, watch Friday Nights with Phil from last Friday and just get the transcript, type in Canada Post. Poor young lady. It was a full team effort with the line and the girl. Like we all tried to just get it done, you know, and everybody in that line had to download the app while they're waiting. Yeah, no one knows what's happening.
And eBay is showing sort of like a warning, right? That you might be subject to duties and fees. I got that on cards that were even shipped prior to this and they were delivered without anything. Who knows what'll happen going forward? But again, you know, here we are, the hockey hobby, we're going to be affected the most by this, right? Because I can't imagine the other sports or genres have as much cross-border traffic as hockey cards coming from the US to Canada.
Careful your ComC too. I've seen some crazy. I mean, I've been posting them for years. No one pays attention. Like $570 to ship my cards from. This was like 2 years ago. Nothing to do with tariffs. Now everybody's freaking out with that extra 20-30%. Oh my goodness. But it's ComC is you got to be so careful with them. Or $9, ship it to Louis' house. $570 or $9 to ship to Louis. Someone
couldn't believe that
for an explanation for that. I posted it. Check my Instagram. It's on there. I have both screenshots on there. The exact same cards, the exact same delivery. Hundreds of dollars of difference. Yeah. So logistics.
I think bottom line, fluid situation through the weekend. I don't know. Have you guys seen anything real definitive? It just seems like more questions than answers.
I didn't even know that was going on.
I wouldn't understand it anyways.
Well, it's like taxes are impossible to understand. I worked for a tax company for like 5 years and holy moly.
That's why I pay a chartered accountant. She tells me she's like my boss. I pay her, but somehow I call her. I told you the other day when I got, well, I can't say that.
Yeah. Phil. Jeez, Phil.
Wow.
I submit to evidence. Every podcast Phil did.
So yeah, the Revenue Canada's like, so here's you on YouTube.
I didn't do that. Well, I did a video.
That's Philish. That's Philish. That's not me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Enough about that. Memory Lane. I don't know if you guys remember this story. Well, they filed a $2 million lawsuit against Best Western. Oh, what did Best Western do?
What's Memory Lane? What is that?
It's an auction company.
Oh, right.
So if you recall, and Phil doesn't recall last show, but if you recall in April of 2024, Auction House Memory Lane, ahead of the Strongsville show in Ohio, sent a box with 54 vintage baseball cards worth $2 million to their hotel. And the one of the hotel employees, I think a guy named Jacob Paxton, intercepted the package and
intercept. Don't make this sound like it's Mission Impossible. He's probably on the counter. What's this? Nana Wagner sticking out of the corner is like, can I go home early?
Yeah, hell, is this Best Western? Hi, this is Josh from Memory Lane. I just sent a $2 million box of baseball cards. It'll be really hard to trace if stolen and sold on the secondary markets. Can you make sure that those are safe for me? Yes, yeah. I can.
Yes, I can.
Who
is it? Chris, as Josh hangs up.
So Jacob did get 4 to 6 years in prison.
Oh, Jacob, sorry.
Yeah. And then he passed along to this guy. Jacob brought the cards to Jason Bowling's house. You know Jason, Louis. And Jason got community service. So somehow he skated through all this.
Whoa. The kid got 6 years in the big house? Penitentiary time for taking those cards?
Well, $2 million.
So what? Just 6 years of your life? That's I'm sorry. I don't agree with that.
Well, now, even though I don't understand why you would mail 54 cards is not a lot. Like you can put that
guy should go to jail for 30 days.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm like, that's like you made it your whole life accumulating $2 million of cards and you made that decision. Yeah. 30 days in jails, please.
Well, so they've turned around now. They're suing Best Western for $2 million, claiming negligence in hiring and supervision. Basically, that Best Western should not have allowed employees direct access to guest property and that they didn't train their people properly as well.
He's probably right, but you didn't send it to the bank. Send the cards to the bank or the security place. I don't know. Not a hotel, dude. It's the Best Western. What's this guy acting like? It's not
Yeah,
even
it's like
like
Fort
Holiday
Knox
Inn.
that he sent the cards to. So, Judge Louis,
Yes.
you're a man of many talents. You're a world-class canoeist, a
Mhm.
fantastic producer, and judge of the people for the people. Should
Mhm.
Best Western be held liable in this case for their $2 million box of cards they mailed to them?
No.
I don't know. Liable.
That was another Baba Louie Hobby hot take.
Don't step on Louis' touchdown call, Phil. Or what do you guys say?
Go ahead, Louis.
I could no. I'll go on a tangent about just trying to blame and get money out of somebody else.
Yes, I agree, but I don't. I obviously it's some of Best Western's fault, but I'd say it's mostly the guy whose cards it is. Like I'd say it's 80-20. Like it doesn't. If Best Western lost something that was $50 or 10 million, to me it's the same crime. You sent something that's very important to you to a hotel, dude. Not even like a private hotel, like a chain hotel that people just roll in off the like. What's the matter with you? Like, what? Send it to the Hojo next time. Like, what? Like, what's the difference? It's yeah. I think I agree with you, Louis. I not to the full extent. The guy, I think 100% the person who owns the cards should go to jail, a nice jail, much longer than the guy who stole it. Like Jacob's probably not.
Here's the whole problem I have with it, though. If now wording means a lot here, and if it went down like it says that, he how did you write that Jacob Paxton intercepted the package and passed it along to another guy. Okay, if this dude intercepted the package, that's not Best Western's fault. If Best Western knew it was coming, needed to put it somewhere, lock it up, hold it, that's a different story.
That's a good point. Yeah,
okay,
that's a good point.
So
a lot of details missing too. Like,
I think where you guys are going, and I don't know how much like pre-work there was done on this, but I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that Best Western is not equipped to handle $2 million packages like that. That's not anywhere in their business plan or processes that they put into place. And you're a moron for sending a $2 million box of cards to Best Western and expecting anything good to happen to it at that point. I mean, that's
no apology. You say it right to his face. No apology. He needs to hear that. Sorry, man. Like,
if I owned a hotel and a guest that's going to stay with me next week says, "Hey, Josh, I got this $2 million box I'm going to send you," I'd be like, "No,
you're not.
Do not. I will do not send that. I can't. You have to have like armed guards and stuff like. You have to be.
We know
like,
card deals with people that had armed guards. This is crazy. Like, come on, man. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Just another example of no accountability, and he'll probably win. Well, follow up, he'll probably win. The coffee was too hot. That's it. All started with that, man. And the woman that sued McDonald's for the hot coffee started something vicious. You know, lady, the coffee is hot. You didn't know that? That should have happened. If I had a time machine, that's where I'd go. We wouldn't even be talking about this.
So I got this info from a SI article, and one of the other things they mentioned too was just how theft in general at card shows especially is on the rise, and just seeing more and more of it in the news. And so it made me think of it's a good way to tie in our partner PCI here, who you're going to go meet with, and Enzo Ferrari.
Good segue.
Well, honestly, it's like, especially if you're a dealer at a show,
yeah, it's good.
You got to get your collection covered, and and it works for collectors too. And it's not just that if something happens at your house, it's whether you're traveling, if something happens to your collection then, or at a show, if there's theft or anything goes wrong, then at least you have a little bit of peace of mind. So head to privatecollectioninsurance.com, talk to Enzo, and at least get a consultation and see what it would look like for you. I think that is smart. I would guess that the amount of value in just our hockey hobby alone that isn't covered is probably staggering.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're a dealer, I mean, that's write that off, right? So,
well, you're done. I mean, if something
Yeah,
bad happens, you're
someone stole my inventory. How much of it? All of it.
All of it.
Where was it? In my garage. Like, what?
it was 200,000, and you can't just go buy 200,000 more cards to get back in the game. So, all right, we had the opportunity the other day to chat once again with one of my favorite people in the hobby, Mark Hill. Mark Hill has built what I think is an amazing and unique platform called My Card Post, and he's really done it all on his own. No investors, no famous celebrities to endorsing it or athletes endorsing it. And he's poured his heart and soul into building a community that he feels strongly benefits the hobby. And, whether you are a user of My Card Post or not, it's hard not to respect, I don't think, Mark as a person. So I was excited to check back with him and see what's going on with MCP. And we hope you enjoy this conversation with Mark Hill. Excited to welcome back Mark Hill to the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast. Hey, Mark, how are you?
Doing good, Josh. Thanks for inviting me back again.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
No,
It's always good to be here.
We were just trying to figure out when last time you were on, and it was when you were in your lab coming up with ideas to repurpose old base cards, and I think that was it, right?
I think that was my last appearance, yes, and that was also my last project failure that completely fell flat on its face. Great idea, still needs some work.
The road to success is paved in failure. I mean, again, you look at any entrepreneur that's ever made it, and they failed a lot before they ever broke through. And I think that's one of a theme that we can definitely talk about today, but that's what separates the Steve Jobs of the world versus people that don't have it in them to take the entrepreneurial plunge, is that a lot of times we get so adverse to failure and that we're too afraid to fail that it prevents us from trying.
Absolutely. I just shared some content on this like last week in another podcast I was on around, just like how failure just prevents people from even getting started. And, that's just really the hard part. And the sad part is because people have great ideas that the world would love to see them bring to life. But for whatever reason, just that fear of failure holds them back. And, we almost have to wait for someone else to bring that same idea to the world instead of them. So
one of the things I appreciate most about you, other than the fact that I do think you're a very good guy and you're very well intentioned, and that's important, is just like when we're trying to brainstorm up ideas on how to repurpose old base cards. You're not only an entrepreneurial, you're really entrepreneurial at heart, and you're constantly in your lab and tinkering. And when I was preparing for our conversation today, given that it had been a little while, and I came up with the list of all the stuff new with MCP in the time that it's like you've done more in like 2 years than most in 4 months or however long it's been that platforms do in a while. So we're gonna go through them all because this is pretty incredible. But before we do that, sorry, huge news is, what was it, like 2 months ago, 3 months ago now, where you took a huge personal plunge into MCP. So made this your full-time job?
Yeah, it was a little over 2 months ago now.
Okay.
So for those who don't know, I mean, I had a career in, like cybersecurity, network sales. I was in sales, sales engineer, and then a sales account manager type rep for like over 20 years for mostly one company. But I did dabble in a couple different startups in the cybersecurity space. And I mean, trying to do both, right? Trying to build MCP, nights and weekends, early mornings, and having a full-time job that, was continuously pulling me away from, what is my passion of My Card Post.
Yes.
And it got to the point where I felt like I was doing My Card Post a disservice. And I could see it, in times where, I wasn't as active on social media or whatever, but the business requires like my utmost full-time attention. And I reached to the point where there was enough signals here with the feedback and the community and the growth and all the messages I get from everyone to realize, like, at some point I'm going to have to take a leap of faith, even though, I might not take $1 out of this business yet. Everything goes back. There's something special here, and it's worth, taking a jump and going full time. And it was a tough decision, something I struggled with for like 6 or 7 months, but ultimately decided that the time was right, and left corporate America, and here we are.
Well, it's scary, of course, But there is something to be said, and going back again to reference many famous or successful entrepreneurs, is you often hear that when they cut the ripcord and remove the parachute and had no other choice but to
Mhm.
make their business successful, is like that's when they, you don't have a choice, right? And so you've got to do it, I suppose. And the other thing that I can't imagine, well, I did it for a while too with my hobby business, but is constantly juggling between back and forth jobs where, like, I would even build up on off of what you said and say you feel like no matter what you're doing a disservice to the other job you're trying to manage. Whether you're working on your own hobby business, well, then you're not probably doing what you should be for your other job. And when you're working on
Yeah.
your other job, you're not giving your hobby business what it needs. And most people have to start that way, but it is a very stressful period.
It is. I mean, to your point, yeah, you're fast twitching between two, completely different things, right? I'm talking about cybersecurity, protecting, enterprise networks, and then, my card post and a hobby. And you're right. There's, as much as you try to compartmentalize and, focus on one job and sit down and be like, okay, I'm going to work during these 8 hours, and then I'm going to focus on my card post during these other hours. It doesn't always work out like that. You're definitely find yourself like blending in and fast twitching between things throughout the day. So it definitely gets hard. But I mean, ultimately it gets to the point where, it is a lot of stress. It's a lot of weight, a lot of sleepless nights. But by shedding that job, and like, you just realize like how much more time and energy and effort that you can put into, my card post in my case. And just the freedom and the weight that's lifted off my shoulders of not having to like kind of switch between the two really was a game changer for me. And I mean, we're seeing it. I mean, you talked about the last time we chatted and how many things have changed. I mean, the last couple months for
Oh my
my card
gosh.
post have been
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah. And okay, a little bit of like deep talk for a second here too. But I just curious if you've, because there's some similarities in our journeys here. I mean, both of
Yeah.
us left pretty good corporate-y career jobs to do this, and probably people around us think we're crazy to some point. But I don't know about you. What I can tell you though, from my own personal experience, is this is the first time in my life I jump out of bed and it never even occurs to me, oh, I have to work today. It really, the whole cliche, when you find something you love, you never work a day in your life. Well, it actually is true when you find
So
something you
true.
love. I mean,
So true.
and I thought about like my kids. Now, my kids are a little bit older than yours, and how it took me till 45 to realize this, and how I can, maybe encourage them to take a few more risks earlier in life and to
Absolutely.
really follow your passion.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. It's so, I mean, you always hear people like, don't work a job you hate, quit. Like, do something you love, find something you love. I feel the exact same way. I wake up every day and I just jump out of bed because I'm excited to tackle the day. I'm excited to see what's waiting for me in my inbox, or, the different things that we're bringing to life. Like, every day matters. And even today, like launching new features today that I know we're recording on a Thursday, but it's just, you're so excited to get out of bed and, kind of just jump into your work life. And yeah, I agree. I think for my kids too, I definitely want to encourage them to try things early and young when, when you don't have a ton of responsibilities, and find something you love.
Yes.
And don't slog in a job that you hate. I've been there, and you carry this weight home, and, yeah.
Yeah, when
So
you have a kid at college, it's a weird time to have a midlife crisis and become a podcaster. Believe me, it's a
yeah,
um, but I tell you, and I know again, this is where we're similar, that you love something, like you really love it when you've never worked more in your life for less.
oh, exactly. Yeah, it's exactly right. 7 days a week, at least,
You would
16
make more at
16 hours a day.
McDonald's, and so would I.
Yes,
If
yes.
if
We
if
make
that
more mowing lawns in my neighborhood, but absolutely. But it's
yeah,
not, but it's, it will provide for your family in the long run. And I think that's,
sure.
that's kind of the objective here, is that, you're building this, and, in the long run, this will provide, for my family in one way or
Mhm.
another. And, but yeah, but it's fun. I mean, what else could you do? I mean, it's like you enjoy it so much, in building and seeing things come to life. I mean, there's nothing better, really.
Of course. Yeah, so the moral is, if you hate your job, quit it and just become a
Well,
podcaster or start a online marketplace.
Just don't say Josh and Mark told you to do it.
Yeah, Dad, don't
your
tell
own
your
choice.
wives that we told you to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, now I want to get into, because there
All
is a ton of new stuff with my card post, and I want to start with the app. So I come from the digital media world, and I know that an app is not it seems simpler in theory than it is in reality.
Yep.
It complicates everything to the nth degree. It's very spendy. A website is a little bit of money. Apps get into a lot of bit of money territory very fast. And so what brought you to the point where you felt like, in order for MCP to continue to grow, to get to the next level, this is an investment we have to make?
Yeah, I mean, I think, and looking back at the app, I think it's been out less than a year. I think we might have launched in like October of last year. So it's almost been a year since we launched the first version of the app. To be honest, I got some very good advice from a friend of mine early when I was building my card post. And, he's an entrepreneur and, had kind of sold his business to a bigger company. And he kind of gave me the advice of like, do not build an app to start, which was great advice. Like, build a mobile friendly website platform. It's going to be much cheaper. And that allows you to test the product, test the market to see if this thing will be successful. And that's what we did. So I didn't decide to like go invest in that, because to your point, the app is way more expensive than the website was. So we built the website, we proved the model, and it goes back to, why I took the leap of faith to leave my job. Why I took the leap of faith to invest in building the app, again, came down to the community and the feedback I was getting and the success that the platform was having. And just, again, to this day, how much people love my card post and what we can be in the future as we continue to grow and we continue to get more and more, members in this community. It really just came down to, a gut feel of like, look, this thing has legitimate legs and we're on the right path. And it was the number one requested thing, like, oh, when are you going to have an app? So, I definitely wanted it for my own needs as well. And man, the app's incredible. But the other part of the complexity is it's essentially two different platforms. You're trying to keep parity between a mobile app and a website. That is also very difficult. So you'll see us occasionally maybe launch something on an app and then catching up on the web, or launching it on web first and catching up on the app. So, we're constantly balancing and making sure.
Well, in a way, it's like three platforms, right? Because it's an app. It's not just one app. You have to have the Android app, and then you have to have the iOS app.
Correct. Yeah.
And they're two totally different platforms. So it gets very complex. So any change you make, you have to make three times. You have to make the change on the website, on the iOS app, and on the Android app. And that's where a lot of the expense comes in.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's very complex, but it's worth it.
So how do you think that has enabled or catapulted your continued growth? Because I was on your website earlier today and pretty impressed. You're up to 14,200 members and done over 10,000 deals now on my card post. So going back, do you think that has played a role in your ability to continue to grow?
Yeah, look, we're all attached to our phones, right? And it makes it a lot easier. Before, you'd have to kind of open up a browser on your phone and use my card post. Now you're getting push notifications and like, you got an offer, or you made a sale, or you got a message, and really just kind of bringing the real-time feedback to the users to get them engaged. Where if they receive a message, they're quickly responding on the app. So I think it's, we're just naturally, good at navigating apps and having user experiences be on our phone. And I think, the app has just been great. And I think it definitely is, aesthetically pleasing, has very simple, easy workflows, and just really allows people to connect in more real time. You can, send a message and get a quick response, as opposed to, waiting for someone to check their email to see that they have a notification. So, I think just having those push notifications of activity, that in of itself dramatically increases, people's responsiveness across the platform.
Then was it in June or July? Which month was it where you guys launched auctions, which was a huge deal, at least from my perspective?
Well, we launched it publicly last month. So it was a little over a month ago, maybe 40 days ago, that we made it generally available to everybody. Before that, for a few months, probably it was like 6 to 8 weeks, we were in a beta, which is, it started with just myself running auctions just to test everything. Of course, like anything, there was a lot of bugs that needed to be worked out and kinks that needed to be improved and different things that needed to be fixed in order to smooth out the experience for everyone else. But then we slowly started dripping in our verified seller users and bringing them in. So yeah, it's only been out for a little over a month for everybody, but it's probably been, 2.5 months or so since we launched it live when we made auctions and option live, and it's
Okay.
been amazing. It's so
Yeah.
fun.
How are the MCP auctions different than maybe what people are used to?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think it's just the general value proposition of my card post, right? It's subscription based, so there's no fees, there's no seller fees. The only difference between you and the buyer is PayPal goods and services. That in of itself is pretty much a game changer, right? I mean, try to find any other auction house where there are not fees associated with the transaction. And on my card post, there are none. So it's as long as you pay your subscription. There are some limits right now to the number of auctions you can run per month, but essentially you're selling that for whatever it sells for, and you're getting everything less PayPal goods and services fees, which I mean, that's pretty huge. You think about there's no
Yeah.
buyer premiums, there's no, 10, 15, 20% seller fees getting taken on the back end before you get your profits.
Mhm.
And yeah, so I mean, as this grows, I think this is going to be continuously be an absolute game changer as it relates to trading cards and auctions.
Have you had a lot of success so far? Like, how many auctions have been completed in the first month?
Yeah, I mean, in the first month, so I was just looking recently. So I have almost about 2,000 auctions that have been ran in the
Really?
last 2 months or so. Yeah, that's
Wow.
pretty sweet. Yeah. I mean, we're over I mean, now the transaction rates per month on my card post are closing over 1,200 transactions every month are going down on my card post. A lot of that is very much contributed to auctions, right? Quick liquidity, no fees. It's really moving cards on the platform. So sellers are happy. They're moving cards. They're not getting dinged with a bunch of hefty seller fees. And yeah, I mean, a little over almost 2,000 here pretty soon, which is pretty cool.
There must have been a time not too long ago where you'd have been happy with like 10 or 20 transactions a day, and now to have
I mean,
1,200 a
for me,
month.
sometimes it's hard to look back and think that this business is only 2.5 years old, right? And you're right.
Yeah.
Even just a year ago, to have 10 transactions in a day would have been incredible. Yeah.
The other thing about the auctions that stood out to me is that they're not like, it seems like that they're normally traditionally 7 or 10 days, but yours are a lot shorter. Why?
Yeah. So there's a couple reasons. Yeah. So we started with 24-hour auctions and 72-hour auctions. Again, quick. We just wanted these to be quick, and we want the community to be back in the platform every single day, not waiting, for I don't know, a batch of auctions to end on a Thursday night or something, right? To get them to come in, have these be running every single day, fast, get everybody bidding. And there's other things. So you can pre-schedule your auction so that you can promote them in the community that, hey, this auction is starting in 7 hours and 32 minutes,
Sure.
and we'll count down. So there's a lot of pre-promotion that can be done. We have our MCP feed, which is basically like a social media feed where you can advertise and promote your own personal auctions that you're running. Whether you've scheduled them, they're active, or they're ending soon. All of that is really key. And yeah, I mean, I think it just kind of came down to the fact of how can we continuously differentiate ourselves in that manner. I think, and maybe I've talked about this on your show once before, but when it comes down to like 7 or 10 day auctions, like all the activities in the last like hour or so,
Sure.
mostly even in the last like 15 seconds, right? So I just felt like it was kind of silly. And I've been on there. I've bid on something on eBay, and I'll just sit and like, okay, well, I'll come back to this 6 days from now and see if I can snipe it at the end. The other aspect here, in addition to them being 24, 72 hours, we have extended bidding. So if anybody places a bid in the last 60 seconds, we're going to bump the time 2 more minutes. Make it fair for the seller, so ensure that they're going to get a highly competitive, final sale price. They're not going to just get someone who just snipes it really low. And so again, just looking at ways in which the auctions on my card post can be completely different than anywhere else. And I think we've accomplished that.
What's been more popular, 24 or 72 hour?
I would say, so we're definitely seeing in the early days that the more expensive the card, 72 hours is kind of the sticking point. I think they're just like, maybe there's just some natural comfort there around, going from 7 days to 3 days. But then there's a lot of stuff that just like really liquid, quick things people are definitely doing. I do 24-hour auctions all the time. I don't really find any difference in kind of the final sale price. I think it just kind of matters. It's really a lot of alignment with like what's interesting in the community and the type of card that you're listing for auction and how you're listing it, right? Are you listing it at a 99-cent starting bid, which can draw in a lot more bidders and buyers? Or, do you have a kind of price a little bit too high where maybe you might not get any bidders? That's another issue. But
oh yeah, I think that's a big issue, and it's not a my card post issue. It's almost every, and primarily in the fixed marketplace, which is where MCP started, right, as like a buy, sell, or trade, and really kind of do, I think, any kind of deal you want, right? That's sort of the value proposition. It's almost impossible to, or I shouldn't say impossible, but it's hard to keep people from being their own worst enemy,
Yeah.
right? It's you list a card that's realistically worth $100 for 150, and then often I found people are shocked nobody buys it, and it's like, well,
Yeah.
dude,
Well, we see that. I mean, look, it's a balance, right? And on my card post, I do understand it a little bit because it's very early. People are just testing the waters, right? They're maybe throwing out some lower valued cards just to try to test the auctions and see how they work. And then for the ones that they don't really want to sell for less, I mean, look, that's the risk on auctions, anyways. I mean, I've done enough eBay auctions myself and gotten absolutely crushed, where $500 card sells for 100, right? Like we've all been there. It happens, and it doesn't really matter how many eyeballs there are. It's just kind of the luck of.
there's
luck
so
of
many
the draw.
variables that go into it. But I think what has been proven over and over and over again, and by way bigger, and this is not even eBay. It goes back to Sotheby's and all these other big, more, is that if you start your auction at 99 cents, I get it. It may be a little scary, but you're going to that's why you make the most money, is that
Correct.
it's human psychology
Yeah.
where, people want to feel like that they have the chance to get a deal, right? That's like the early part of every auction is people saying, it's like, oh, there's 100 cards. I'm winning at $5. This is great.
Yeah.
But when the cards are good and the cards are the stars, people will find it, and you'll average out way better over the long run, and you'll definitely sell more, because I
Yeah.
think that's where I don't know about your business exactly, of course, but I would assume that, that probably the most frustrating thing in any marketplace is people that not getting what you wanted for your cards, but when your cards don't move. Right. And we've talked about that, like with like Sylvan, the card dealer in our confession series. This hobby is all about, you got to keep the inventory moving if it's not
Yeah.
going into your PC.
Yep. Absolutely. No, I've seen other creators talk about this as well, about, pricing the card and even doing true due diligence on the comps. Cause I think, a lot of times they'll go look at eBay and see like, oh, this thing sold for, $700, but it had a best offer thing. And we all know, and I have been trained to go look at a secondary tool to confirm like what the actual price was, but they see 700 and they list theirs for 700 without realizing that it actually sold for 350 best offer. So there's a lot of stuff. We could go on and on about this stuff, but yeah, I definitely think it's really important. I mean, a lot of it comes down to, you want more bidders on your listings, because when you place a bid, there's that psychological attachment to that card, like almost like a level of ownership that like, hey, I'm bidding on this, like I kind of expect to win. And that's where you get into bidding wars. I think I see more often where they're listing the card, their starting bid is at comps. If it's $100 card, they're putting the starting bid at $100, and then maybe they'll get the one person who bids at the end. So
you don't have to comment, but I'm going to say bad idea on that one.
Well, yeah.
I'll let you be Switzerland there. I have no skin in the game as far as that goes. Would you be okay? So here's like an interesting kind of pivot question.
Sure.
What if my card post became known as an auction platform? Would that disappoint you at all, or no?
I mean, I don't foresee how that would happen, but I mean, look, I don't think anything would disappoint me. Anything that pushes my card post to the forefront of the hobby is a win for me and is a win for the community. If it's a platform that people love and it has the differentiation to stand out, then what do I have to complain about, right? I mean, I built this. I had my, my first visions of what this product was going to look like or how this thing was going to take shape. But I've always said since the beginning, even on your show a long time ago, like I built this and I put it in the hobby community's hands. It's like, this is your marketplace. This is your community. You tell me what you want me to do. I'll come up with some ideas, but I want to hear from you. I want you all to shape this platform and make it the best that it can be. And we'll see where it goes. So, I mean, no, to answer your question, I wouldn't be disappointed, but I don't see how that would realistically
Did
play
you out. I can't remember when you launched my card post a couple years ago. Had you assumed that you would get into auction at some point, or
Yeah.
did you assume you wouldn't, or were you open-minded?
No, I mean, I envisioned I would at some point, but in the beginning, I didn't feel like it was even like a possibility, right? You can't launch
Yeah,
auction when you have 100, your first 100 users. Like it didn't make any
fair.
sense. I would say that I probably thought the community needed to be way bigger in order for auctions to be successful. And I've definitely have disproven that theory at all. I mean, I probably thought like we need to have like 50, 100,000 members in this platform before I'd even consider it. And I definitely have changed my stance and opinion on that. There's certainly enough buyers and enough volume on there to make auctions successful. And it's not like we have 17 million auctions running on my card post, right? There's maybe a few hundred right now on any given day. So yeah, I mean, I always thought it'd be something I would do. I just didn't know when I'd be able to pull it off or when was the right time. And but I'm definitely happy that that day came and we made the decision to do it.
Okay, last auction question for me. Do you have is it kind of work like selling and trading a my card post where I have to be a subscriber to list a card, but if I want to buy a card on an auction, I can be like a free member? Is that how
Yeah,
that works?
absolutely. Yeah, I mean
Okay.
the platform, everything is the same. Like if you just want to buy cards, whether you're buying, people's fixed price listings or you want to be
Mhm.
someone who bids on auctions, it's totally free. You just create your free account and you can bid on auctions and maybe get some good deals. But yeah, if you want to sell cards either fixed price or list them via auction, you do have to subscribe.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Then you rolled out something called PC Showcase. What's that?
I love this. I'm so excited about this. We've been working on this for months. I've just been so like PC Showcase was. I always felt like, we all see the cards that we list for sale on my card
Yeah,
post on eBay, but we never see anyone's cards that are not for sale. Maybe you see the best of the best ones on Instagram occasionally,
sure.
but that's like really hard to navigate. If I want to go find other David Pastrnak collectors on Instagram, like I'm gonna struggle to try to figure out how to do that. I just felt like the hobby was missing a place to showcase our personal collections. These are cards that we're not selling. They're not available for trade. I just want to show my personal collection or my progress towards building something in my personal collection. So yeah, the PC Showcase is essentially it's totally free if you want. If it doesn't require a subscription to upload your personal collection, but you can go on and upload the cards that are most likely just sitting in a box or sitting in some vault somewhere that only you have access to, but now you can share them with our community. And you have public URLs that you can just kind of copy and paste and share with others. And it's been really cool to see. I mean, this has only been out for, geez, I don't even know, like 5 days or something. And yeah, I'm probably closing in on almost 1,000 cards, personal collection cards that are listed and displayed. And there's some bangers out there, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I checked it out really early when I got the email and haven't been back in a couple days, but now you've piqued my interest. So it's 100% free, right? Like
Yeah.
for everybody? That's what
It's
you're
totally free. The only thing, there are some if you want to sync your graded cards with like PSA or tag, that does require the subscription. That's like
okay.
something we have to pay for, right? So that does. So you can add them manually, but if you want to sync, your graded cards with the grading companies, that part does require the subscription. But outside of that, you just upload photos and whatever you want, and yeah, it's totally free to do. And I think it's amazing because what excites me about this is that we're gonna, there's cards that we're searching for, right? That never
Yeah.
pop up for sale. This like section of my card post could become like the repository to go search and see like, is that card sitting in someone's personal collection? And where is it? And who
Who has
has
the
it?
cards I want?
Yeah. It's just nice to know that it's out there and where it is and who has it.
Yeah.
And on this section, you can like and comment and engage in conversations on people's cards. So, there's little emoji buttons and there's a whole comment section. You can read the story that somebody has associated with the card. So like I
Yeah.
have, cards that maybe I pulled with my daughter and, the whole story about why the card is meaningful to me or why the card's in my personal collection. And we have a place to share all that now. And I just think that this section is going to be really exciting.
So how does that fit the overall, like the big picture value or vision of my card post then?
I think there's a couple things. One, we're collectors, right? This is a community. This is a hobby, right? It's not just about dollars and cents, flipping cards for
Mhm.
profit. Like we're collectors and we're buying cards to fill our collections and to serve our personal desires for what we want to collect. So it not only allows you to showcase like what you do collect. I may be like, hey Josh, holy crap, like what an amazing collection. I have this card I haven't even listed yet. Would you be interested? You know, like it just sparks conversation. My card post is all about building relationships, community, making friends, just talking with each other. And I think sharing our personal collections is just another way in which we engage with each other. Maybe we have similar personal collections and we decide, hey, I have 2 of these. You don't have one, like let's make a deal. Like there's just so many different ways that this section can be valuable to the community and to the hobby and to our own personal. Maybe you do decide you want to sell the card because somebody has made a comment and they're making you an offer you can't refuse. Well, you click a button, you list it, and they buy it. It's as simple as that. So I think there's so many benefits to this, but those are just kind of the initial tip of the iceberg ones.
And you've been happy with the response so far?
Yeah, it's been great. I think, again, this is another goes back to the app. We don't have it on the app yet. So right now it's only on the website. I think we're working on the app, but once we get on the app, I think it's going to take off even more because that will just make it so much easier for people to take pictures and upload them. It's a little clunky when you're trying to transfer from your phone to your computer and, anyways.
Fair. Yeah. And gosh, the list keeps going on. So what's the ambassador program?
Oh man, we literally, again, we're recording this on a Thursday. We just launched this like an hour ago, 2 hours ago. So
breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news here. Again, I'm just so excited about this. These are all like ideas and things I wanted to build over time. And now that I have the time commitment to really focus on them, like we're starting to see some of these things come to life. So our MCP ambassador program is essentially revenue sharing. So I wanted to open up to the community, to our power users and content creators who love and are passionate about my card post and where this thing can go, for them to be able to share in the success of it. So it is essentially an affiliate program that allows you to earn 30% revenue from every paid subscriber that you bring in. So for all users that you bring in, you'll forever be associated with that user as their original affiliate. And whether they subscribe today, tomorrow, next year, like once those subscription payments come in, you will share in the revenue of that particular user. And, it's really up to you to how big, you can grow your affiliate revenue every month. So we'll essentially be, paying out our affiliates on a monthly basis for all the revenue that they bring in.
Oh, wow.
It's crazy. Yeah. I'm so excited.
But do you even know like how people are responding yet, or is it too early?
Well, if my inbox is any indication, I'm getting hammered with interest. So yeah, I mean, people are just like, this is amazing. Absolutely in. Can't wait to be a part of this. Love what you're doing. I mean, this is just continuously the feedback I get. And yeah, there's definitely some bigger content creators out there that we're talking to that are very interested in this as well. So I think it's going to be exciting. It's always been a challenge, right? Bootstrapping this business, not having millions of dollars in marketing budget to really be able to get content out there to broader audiences. That's always been a struggle because there's always, the venture capital backed businesses, if you will.
Or like Derek Jeter or something like that.
Well, right? I don't know. I'm a Red Sox fan, so I have different reasons for not liking Derek Jeter, but no, but I'm just saying like that when you launch a business with a celebrity that provides you a whole ton of media value and the ability to reach lots of people, just deeper pockets, right? They have the ability to acquire, high-end, follower count content creators and, pay them a lot more than I could ever even think about paying them. So, I mean, I understand the position that I'm in here, but this was just a way for us to really tap into not only arming our community to go out there and be, advocates for us, but also earn, not do it for free. Right. Mm-hmm. We always had like the earn free months thing, but it was kind of like, yeah, that's nice, but it's not amazing. This I think is amazing and is really going to give people the incentives and interest to go out there and create content and share my card posts with more people. And, it'll be fun to watch the users come in associated to you as an affiliate. For as long as I've known you, again, one of the things that I admire about your approach to my card posts is that it doesn't seem like you're ever satisfied. Like you're never stopping. Has there even been a period where you've let things settle at all? Or is it in your mind, is it just a daily mission to try to make this platform bigger, faster, stronger, better? That's it, man. I mean, look, this is an underdog battle that I'm in, right? Again, when you're trying to bootstrap something, you have a world of challenges ahead of you, but it's been our superpower. I'm really proud of where we are, how far we've come. Of course, it'd always be nice for us to be bigger, more successful, there's so many things. I'd love to have, more money to be able to hire more people to help and do all this kind of stuff, but we just don't have that today. And, but we're heading, in the right direction to get there. Yeah, I just think for me, I'm never satisfied because there's still, I struggle from brand awareness. I mean, there's still people in the hobby, in the industry. I won't name names, but I literally just met with someone who's a prominent figure in the hobby a couple days ago, and they're just like, never heard of you, and that to me is sad. It just means, it just shows that there's so much work to be done. But again, this platform, this community is so unique. The users that we have are so passionate about what we're building. They just want to see it bigger as well. Even people that cancel their subscriptions. I mean, it's like 90% of them say, I'll absolutely be back. I just, look, it just needs to be bigger. And I respect it, and I'm doing my best to get there. But, and I think today, with this ambassador program is a big moment and a big, pivot in that direction to grow faster.
Well, I think that you've really positioned My Card Post more on like the community side.
Yeah.
And it seems like that, well, and investing and spending the money to build like a PC showcase tool, to me, is a evidence that you're in it for that. So are you pleased with like the core community? Like, do you feel like you have a strong community, like a foundational community that will kind of help you be that foundation for what you're trying to build?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think our early adopters, the people that jumped on in the beginning, and that are still with us, I love all of them. I love all of you. If you're listening, you guys have been the backbone of this platform and have really helped get it off the ground. There's a book, I don't remember what it was, but it's something like 1,000 True Fans. Like, that's all you needed in order to build like a successful business. And man, I mean, I just believe we've achieved that so much just in having people that have literally been subscribed for over 2 years, right? I mean, that's wild when this is only 2.5 years ago. And to see some of those early adopters who, look, in the beginning, they weren't selling very much. Maybe they were doing some trades and, they're paying their subscriptions and now they're reaping the rewards of having like strong reputations on the platform. They're all verified sellers for the most part because they've been on there. They've completed a ton of deals. They've saved a ton of fees over time. So yeah, I mean, I'm super happy with where we are, and I'm just really excited to see about where we're headed and what the next couple months are going to look like.
Well, you mentioned a couple times that you're like 2.5 years coming up on 3 years at the end of the year, something like that, right?
November and end of November. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm kind of curious, as looking back over this time period, from when you go from day one until now. So if you could go back in time to that November, almost 3 years ago, and what's like one piece of advice that you would give yourself to encourage yourself?
I probably, knowing the way that things have kind of shaped out and the way things work from a marketing perspective, you and I personally have talked about this. I would have pushed myself in the beginning. I was very camera shy. I did not feel comfortable being on camera, even being on podcasts. Like, this was unnatural for me, uncomfortable. Now it's fine. I don't care. It's way past it. But it took me a really long time to maybe put myself out there. I really thought like I was just going to build this business and be like some, guy behind the scenes that nobody knew, right? Like some silent.
The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, just like, who is this guy? Like,
who's the man behind the curtain?
Exactly. But you can't, right? And as time has gone on, I realized content creation, content is king. Being a content creator, which I had no aspirations of doing. I don't consider myself a content creator at all. But I mean more of like having to put myself out there, producing content, being on video, letting people see my face, hear my voice. I think that's something I probably would have pushed myself to do a lot sooner, because I feel like it would have really paid dividends in the long run. Like, you just would have grown faster, and that's the unsexy thing, going back, that I think I would probably change.
Yeah, when it's not a comfort zone, though, like I totally get it. I was terrified to do a podcast. And what I found is like really weird, as comfortable as I am now, 3 years later, for me to try like other forms of like stuff that you would think would be no big deal, I go right back to the Like I'll see like you do like the talking head like Instagram reels. I can't do that. Like I
Yeah.
can't. I become like a nervous wreck, and it's
Yeah.
like, well, why can I sit and do this and feel no problem with it? But and there is something really healthy, again, going back to like lessons learned in life, of pushing yourself to do new things, of
Yeah.
always pushing yourself out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And the more that you can build that muscle to get comfortable being uncomfortable,
Yeah.
I think that's another way to be more successful at whatever you're trying to pursue quicker.
Yeah. Well, and I'd also add too, like, just accept that those first pieces of content are absolutely going to suck.
Are gonna
And
suck, yeah.
it's okay. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to judge you. We're all going to be applauding you for putting in the effort and putting it out there, because we all know, we've all been there. I
Mhm.
still, my content today still sucks in a lot of ways. And but it's just something that, you learn something new, and you get better and better and better and better. And like you said, through reps, you'll get more comfortable, but also through those reps, you'll get higher quality content, which will come in the form of being able to edit it better and, all that stuff.
Yeah, I love that you said that. So, in my career that I didn't like, I would for a long time I managed salespeople, and we would always, you'd always have new salespeople come up, and there's a little bit of like, meeting reticence, or what's the word I'm looking for? People don't want to get on the phone. I'm dating
Yeah.
myself now,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
resistance, right? And I used
Cold
to tell
calling.
very similar to that. I said, listen, no offense, but your first 100 calls or demos are going to suck. Everybody's does. So the
Yeah.
quicker you get through it, the sooner you'll get better at it.
Yep.
Don't sit there, dive into it.
Yep.
Embrace the suck and get through it. And almost everybody at the end of 100 is pretty good. So if it
Yeah.
takes you 3 weeks to get to 100 or 7 days, you're just good in 7 days versus good in 3
Correct.
weeks.
Depends on how aggressive you want to be. I look, Mr. Beast. I think I've talked about this before too. He says this as well. Like, go back and look at Mr. Beast's first 10 videos, just to see like how far he's come from where
Mhm.
where he started. And there's other popular people that I follow, like Gary Vee or Alex Hormozy, and all these guys say the same thing, man. Just put it out there. Like, it's
Mm.
just it takes a while, and you just got to put in the work, put in the reps, and then look back and be like, wow, I've come a long way.
Okay, if you could go back again to the start of MCP, what's another piece of advice you'd give yourself to, I don't know if like the right way to put this, to warn yourself or to counsel yourself, like, don't do this.
Don't do this. That's a tough one. I don't know that I have a good answer for this one right now. I think
Okay.
maybe don't be afraid. I think that that's the one thing is, I was afraid of a lot of stuff. I was afraid to put this business out there. I was afraid to put myself out there. I was afraid to, you know,
Like imposter syndrome. Did that ever
oh,
why would I be able to do something like this?
I'm still have imposter syndrome to this day, right? Like, who am I to think, that
Hmm.
I could lead this business, to the forefront of the hobby, or compete with the eBays of the world and all these other big platforms that could just, so yeah, I don't know. I think that's one thing. And then, maybe not just to be afraid to like put stuff out there. Like, I can, and there's features like even on the platform right now that we're thinking about, like, are people even using this? Like, maybe we should just
Hmm.
rip it out. And so I think some of that stuff, like, just don't be afraid to just try things, put them out there. And if they stink, remove them. Or if the community doesn't like it, um, I think a lot of it would just come down to like fear. Don't be afraid of failure. Don't be afraid of putting yourself out there. Imposter syndrome is real, but it's also not. So
Hmm.
go for it.
Another thing I think about a lot too is that it's all self-talk that I try to pump my own tires, but when you fail, if you learn something, then you can't lose. You either win or you learn,
Yep. It's the
right?
cost of
And
your education.
it's one of the two things, and so there's never really failure. What Looking back, what's been one aspect of building my card post that was easier than maybe you thought it would have been 3 years ago?
Um, I would say auctions. I think auctions were probably it's something that I was very intimidated about building, like even just the tech behind it, right? Like, how, like, well, the infrastructure that's needed, and like the real time update, and how can it be
It's
action?
complicated.
It's very complicated from a technical perspective, also from a UI perspective and just responsiveness perspective. Like, I mean, these things have to be timely. Yes, we have extended bidding, but when you're dealing with like microseconds, people, clicking on their phones or whatever, like it has to work.
And you want to be accurate, right? You want to make
Oh.
sure that the truest winner wins, I suppose.
Absolutely. So I would say that's something I was always, and there's other features that to me are intimidating that I just haven't tackled yet. But auctions was one that like once we finally like jumped into it, I'm like, oh, this is not so bad. It wasn't so hard. It didn't take us that long. I mean, I think it only took us like, maybe 6 weeks start to finish to get it out there, and then maybe another 6 weeks of iterating and fixing bugs and improving. There are some simple things we didn't think about, like combined shipping. Like like why didn't I think of that? So that was just a dumb thing that we missed. But we fixed that quickly, and now that's huge. You can bid on a ton of auctions and have the shipping automatically combined for you. You just make one payment and you're done. You get 50 cards or whatever. So yeah.
What's one thing that was been way harder than maybe you thought it would be? Like maybe you had an assumption that it's not that you didn't think things would be hard, but you're like, okay, I'm gearing myself up for these hard things, and these easy things will get done. It's like, well, wait a minute, this is not going as planned.
I would say the hardest thing, it's still the hardest thing right now. It's something we're tackling, actively going to be tackling here in the coming months, is just, I think, user activation, onboarding, right? Like ensuring people get the experience that they expect when they sign up. That's always the hardest thing, because there's so many variables there to get them from, okay, I created my account, I paid my subscription, I'm going to list a few cards, and now I'm just going to sit back and just watch the money roll in. Like that's a little bit harder of an expectation, because there's a lot involved. Like your profile needs to be, built up and professional, and you need to have social media links and other marketplace profiles, especially if you're a new member. You want people to be able to, maybe do a little bit more due diligence on you, just to see, not just from buying, but like from a trading perspective more so. And I think, just getting people, even from subscription to listing their card, there's like, you got to onboard with PayPal and complete your profile. Just like little silly things that are so important to the success of a subscription-based business like this. Because otherwise, if they like sign up, they pay, and then they don't do any of that, well, they're going to cancel.
You got to use it right away to see the value. And then because we're so fickle, right? Where
I'm frozen up.
Yeah, it's so fickle when it comes to any kind of subscription business or anything like that, right? Where you have to, you need people to use it right away in order to see the value. Otherwise, like they move on to the next thing super fast.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So I think that's something we're working on. And then even the cancellations, like when people cancel, like figuring out why, more so why. Not everyone's going to fill out your cancellation survey, but maybe, there's some real-time actions that we can put in the cancellations. Like, hey, do you want to just downgrade to free? Do you want to pause? Do you, whatever it may be. So I think managing that aspect of the business has been challenging, and is one that, we're definitely very focused on right now, as far as how ensuring that we really clean up and optimize our onboarding workflow to get people like fully, set up and ready to go and ready for offers and success on the platform.
Okay. So I have like some like big picture marketplace and hobby questions for you, and I want to start by doing like a TV analogy, because I think there are similarities to the hobby in that it seems like for a number of years now, it's been like sort of like divergence has led the way in TV, right? Where we all used to have cable, and which was nice because you had one box, you paid one bill, and you got basically most of the channels, or if not all the channels you wanted. Well, then the whole cord cutting thing happened and streaming became popular. And now we're in this place where it's like there's like 800 different streaming services and subscriptions that people have. And so it provides a lot of consumer choice, but it also provides it also creates a lot of complexity in that now we have to manage even mentally, right? And it's not just like having to pay for multiple TV streams, but it's like keeping top of mind is really hard to, it's like, well, of all the 40 different streaming services I could choose a TV, how am I going to remember them all at once when I sit down to do that? And so I thought that and you can disagree if you think differently, but that the hobby is kind of similar in marketplaces right now, that over the past few years, because it's growing, and it's sort of an entrepreneur's playground as the hobby is becoming more of a real industry. And so there's places like My Card Post and not just like marketplaces, but breaking companies and
Yeah.
repack companies. And so there's a lot of divergence in ways that you can find new cards for your PC. Has that been a challenge for you, number one, in just, trying to keep My Card Post sort of, if it's an iceberg of hobby businesses on top of the water, the smallest
Yeah.
part on top of the water, so that people, just don't, and it's not like an intentional thing. It's just that it's like, I can't keep track of like 40 different marketplaces all at the same time in my head.
Yeah, I mean, look, honestly, it's one of probably the biggest challenges for a business like mine, right? Where, we are. I don't believe we're competing with anybody because I think My Card Post is completely
Yeah.
different than all other platforms, and I'm all about our community moving cards wherever they get moved. Right? Again, that's
But it's the
always
attention economy, right? Isn't that
yeah,
what they call it? Where you are competing with, and not just eBay or Fanatics Collect or something like that,
yeah.
but but you're competing, for with the like. Have you ever seen the? I don't remember the number offhand, but the amount of like offers and promotions a person sees a day is mind blowing.
Oh, I can't imagine. I mean, just go downstairs, talk to my
Like
wife
like
about
it's in the
kitchen tables
thousands.
for a minute, and then all of a sudden, I'm going to get kitchen table announcements on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, it really is. I mean, I mean, that comes down to definitely like marketing and advertising, and even with
Mhm.
content, content creators, like it can definitely feel like overwhelming or too much at times. I think, look, I mean, it definitely comes down to, you know, being a platform that people are passionate about. I think for me, well, yes, it's a challenge because, they may say like, well, I list my cards on eBay and My Card Post and I sell more on eBay. Like, okay, I mean, I get that because eBay's been around for 40 years and there's millions of people. And, it's definitely a different dynamic. That's always going to be my struggle, is to grow and grow and grow and grow until this is very much a living and breathing platform where you're moving more volume than on eBay. I would imagine it's probably going to take me a little while to get there, but that's definitely like our charter. Um, but I also think, when it comes to My Card Post, I hear it all the time. Like, dude, I spend hours on your site per day because
Yeah.
it's more than just flipping cards. People are just talking, chatting.
Well, and I would think, because here's my personal opinion on this, and I think that where you've done well for yourself is that you have to have strong differentiation
Yeah.
to stand out. And where I would be worried are the Me Too companies.
Yeah.
It's like whether it's like a fixed price marketplace or a traditional auction house. If you're like the 75th best online auction company,
Yeah. Right. I mean,
that's a little bit of a scary place to be.
yeah, I think it could. Yeah. I mean, just to oversimplify it, but it could be like, there's 52 different brands of top loaders. Like, how do you stand out
Yeah.
and be like the number one top loader brand? That's harder. But I think for me, I'm at, yeah, it's like there's a book called Blue Ocean Strategy where it just kind of talks about, you want to be in a blue ocean, which is kind of like, you don't really have a lot of like Me Too competition, which is My Card Post, right? Everyone else is in the red ocean. It's all fee-based structure and, marketplaces. That's how it works. And I'm, kind of sitting over here by myself as the only subscription-based one that offers a lot of the unique value that you can't find anywhere else. And I'm super proud of that. And I know our community recognizes that. And really, this just comes down to just more people, really understanding what My Card Post is all about and, kind of jumping in.
So if we're still kind of in this divergence and growth period, do you think convergence is inevitable? That at some point, either there will be just like mass mergers, or where, there will be kind of fewer, bigger, more differentiated marketplaces in
Yeah,
total?
maybe. I mean, we've definitely have seen it happen already a little bit, right? PWCC got acquired, you've
Mhm.
seen, PSA acquire SGC, so you definitely see it in other markets. I mean, I think it probably is inevitable that there'll be some merger of some of these marketplaces where, 1 + 1 = 3. Yeah, I don't know where we'll shake out in that mix.
Well, you're
I
blazing your own trail and you're doing
yeah,
it. It's hard, right? I mean, I think that's, and it's not like a bad thing, but it's just a reality that
yeah.
bootstrapping and building something from zero is really freaking hard.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, I mean, we'll see how things shake out. I mean, I think there's definitely room for having all these different, kind of marketplaces and different ways in which you could transact. There definitely needs to be some sort of top level, I know there's people, trying to build this as well, some top level overarching platform that just says, I'm looking for this card. And it's like, okay, well, here it is on these 15 different
Like a
marketplaces.
universal search or like
Yeah,
marketplace search
yeah.
or-
I know there's a couple out there that are in the works of being built. I mean, that's definitely one thing. I mean, you could even see like ChatGPT becoming that in some sense because,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like I'm looking for a printer. Like, here's the model I'm looking for. Just go out there and give me like, where can I find the best price on this printer? And it's like as simple as that. I could see something like that coming into play for the hobby as well.
Well, Mark, you're a really fascinating person. You have a great story and you're easy to root for because you're very, very committed in, I think, a very earnest way to building something that is a net positive for the hobby. I guess this is just my opinion, but sometimes companies, I don't know if it's fair or not, but they get accused of more taking from the hobby and you seem to try to put in equal measures what you're able to pull out of it. And so I very much admire that. And, congratulations on coming up on 3 years. I mean, that's a big feat in of itself. And I wish you the best of luck.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm just a firm believer in, putting this out there, doing the right thing for the right reasons, and the rest will take care of itself. So yeah, I appreciate the kind words and thank you.
All right, we'll check in soon. Talk to you
Sounds
later.
good. See ya.
All right. Thanks again to Mark for taking the time to join the show. Now, Phil, you had sent me a message that you watched it earlier. I don't know if you got to it, Louis, but we'll start with you, Phil. What were your key takeaways in talking about?
My biggest takeaway was the PC showcase. All over that. 100%. I've wanted something like that in the hobby for quite some time. I wanted to maybe call it like a lunchbox or recess show and tell, but my card post PC showcase works fantastic because Mark's website is excellent. If you're not a member, please check it out. I don't want to give too much away. You should, well, I don't have to give away. You just listen to it. The PC showcase is fantastic. I know, because I'm used to not talking about something until we show it, right?
Yeah.
You definitely check out what Mark was talking about. It's at the end of the interview. If you're not a big seller like me, but you like to trade, my card post is awesome. And even if you don't do any of that a lot, just the PC showcase to show your cards in a beautiful, quick website is fantastic. I messaged Mark right away and I said, you should make my card post t-shirts with the person's QR code on the t-shirt of their PC showcase. Then you don't have to pull out your Zion cases. Then you don't have to take off your backpack at a card show. When you're wearing the t-shirt at a card show, people can just scan your sleeve and see what you got.
That's
I know
a
in
good
theory
idea.
in theory it probably works better, but it's like, bro, stop walking so fast. They don't have all these people creeping on personal space infringement. Yes, Mark's a beauty. Big fan. Big respect.
Yeah, to go all in, right? Leave your job and do
Like you.
this full time. Yeah, there you go.
Like you. Not
It's
like
crazy.
me and Louis, though. We still work.
Crazy. It's crazy. All right, we're going to move on to new product releases, which is brought to you by Gongshow friend and partner Mint Inc. Mint Inc. is the premier hobby shop in Canada and premier hobby brand, really worldwide. We're proud to partner with them at Rip Party 2 coming up this November at the Fall Expo. They have every new hockey release either at their amazing shop in Vaughan, or you can order them anywhere in Canada through their website, mintinc.ca. Beyond boxes, they have tons of singles. You can group submit for grading, consign your cards through them. There's tons of memorabilia and other collectibles in their shop. And through today, Monday, September 1st, there's a back to school sale happening. You can get 10% off slabs, 15% off supplies. So, stock up on those. I don't know, do they have Path or One Touches there? Or not One Touches, Ultimate Holders? Maybe your sleeves or boxes.
At
Right.
Mint Inc? Oh, they would for sure.
Yeah. And if you're, I think it's full now, but in a couple weeks is the third annual Mint Inc. Invitational. That's happening September 16th to benefit Mackenzie Health Foundation. We sponsored a hole. Oh,
We got to go golfing. We've never gone golfing as a crew.
I know.
I'm fine.
You don't like golf, Louis?
I'll drive the golf cart.
Okay. Well, so if you go there and you get to our hole and there's a sign there, make a video and like make fun of Phil in the
Yeah,
video.
no, do that. That'll be great. That'll be
Mhm.
good.
So again, you can do it all at mintinc.ca.
Do we have
Oh.
golf cart girls at our hole?
I don't know.
Next year. Something to look forward to. And we'll play in it. And I'll stay at the hole and I'll make sure everyone's having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be the girl.
Jello shots.
Well,
Well,
been a lot of fun being had in this hobby of ours these last couple of days, opening some 24-25 clear cut. California Dave, there's a bunch of boxes in. We know that. Phil, you even opened up a box. You wouldn't
I
open
did.
two.
Yeah.
We all tried to get you to open more, but you
No, I'm
They're weird.
disciplined. I know everyone. Dave even after was like, I can't believe it. Wait a minute. Yeah, I can. I'm like, yeah, no, I said no.
breakers have been ripping through it left and right. And overall, I think it's been pretty good so far. I've seen way more positive than negative. What have you guys observed? Do you think people are pretty happy?
It's unique. It has its own
Yeah.
yeah, I think clear cut's always going to do well. I mean, it
Mhm.
just has it has too many California Daves in that community, too many guys like that.
D-gens.
Yeah. I was trying to be, yeah, you said it.
There you go. Well, because we're scientists and we're hockey card journalists, it's official. It's our duty to report the very, very early sales, irrationally overact, and make snap judgments. And frankly, we're good at that. So we like to do it. So here's the top 5 very early hockey card sales to date for 24-25 clear cut, and any and all sales made by eBay have been verified, of course, as paid for in therapy. So number 5, starting us off, is this Shimmy Shakes.
Oh,
Lane Hudson StarQuest rookie auto sold for $364 on eBay August 30th. How do these look in photos? Because we saw before like the mock-up or whatever of them.
yes.
I think they look. This one's a
I
little
think they
dark,
look
but
better.
yeah.
I'd say it's on the over side of nice cards and clear cut. You know, this in 10 years though, I don't think this is going to bring it in if we were looking to invest in something.
Yeah, I guess unless you're like a big StarQuest
Yeah,
90s
or a Hudson fan.
Sure. Number 4, we have Connor Bedard.
Ooh,
Second year canvas, red ink auto out of 98. So for $414 on August 29th via eBay. Now that's what a rookie would have been in the thousands, right? So is 414, is that a good number in your guys'
okay.
mind?
I don't know anybody that except a seller in the moment of selling that thinks a clear cut rookie is got the legs to run. And you know, like I don't buy Brady when someone's like, oh, look at this Brady Tkachuk clear cut rookie. I'm like, yeah, take a hike, buddy. Like that's not a card. That's not a thing. It's not. So I think this is a great price. I think this is fantastic. I sold mine that's like this for $2,000. You know,
Great photo of. Oh, go ahead, Louis.
Did you just go back to the defining a true rookie card thing again?
Okay.
No, I just in general, I just don't think rookies in clear cut, whether you define it that way or not. First appearance in the set.
Right.
Yeah.
Great photo of Bedard. He's had some awful photos, but he's got passion, emotion. He's got excited O-face.
Let Louis doing it. Yeah.
There we go. So one of the better Betsy photos, I think. Number 3, Frank Nazar. Rookie outburst auto out of 25 sold for $472, not Canadian, on eBay on the 29th of August. When you sell your card on eBay, can you put it behind like a normal background, not basically the carpet on a casino floor, please?
Hey, I could have left it the way you sent it to me.
I know. I mean, is it hard to find like a black piece of paper or something like that?
Some people struggle with trying to take a good picture of a card, man.
He still got $5 for it. You're saying he would have got more if he wasn't at the casino?
Nah, probably not. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. No. Seems like a big number for a Frank Nazar, though, right?
Yeah. Like, if you said a week ago that the card with Frank Nazar would be higher than Bedard, you'd be like, what are you talking about?
Number 2 is a Sidney Crosby clear cut outburst auto out of 25. So for $508 by eBay on August 29th.
I think there's going to be a lot of these cards. See, I smell that, right? Once they see the popularity of the outburst and clear cut, these are going to be a dime a dozen in the future. In the next 10 years, this will be $100 card. But congratulations to the buyer. Don't listen to me. I know nothing. Ask your friends. Phil doesn't know anything. I'm not trying to be mean, but
Make a video about Phil, please.
no, yeah, that's fine. You do that. That's flattering.
What do you guys think of the horizontal versions of these? Oh, Louis likes it. Okay, thumbs up for Louis. Phil's puking. Okay.
I don't like horizontal cards. I like vertical. Let's get
vertical.
Mm-hmm.
No,
The number
Andrew,
one.
don't send him that card.
No. I'll take it. I'd still buy that if this was $200. I'd buy it in a heartbeat. $250 maybe even. I'd probably pay $3.
Oh, I'd buy it at $5. You know.
Yeah, no, $3 is my cutoff. Yeah, but I really think it's worth $200.
This is a little bit of a premium for a Crosby auto. You would know better than me, Phil, but 500 US is more than they typically go for, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of them, but he doesn't budge prices, man. Like there's one thing I'm noticing in the Crosby market. I feel good buying a Crosby card, no matter how expensive it is, because I could probably sell it for exactly that at any point. It's a very liquid market.
Tell me if I'm wrong. I know you
You're wrong.
will, but I think for 500 US, I guess it's all your own opinion, but I think I would probably buy a different card for $500 than this.
I'd buy a Seismic Gold instead of this card.
The video that you broke my heart and did me dirty. Did you, for that card, that card was about you acquiring a Sidney Crosby auto. Did you pay more? Yeah. For that one than this or less?
I paid less.
So yeah, this would be what, 750 CAD or something like that?
Yeah, I paid less.
I'd rather
a good chunk less. Riley's a very good lad, and he gave me a good deal. Well below comps, recent comps, well above first comps. Very reasonable price. I never really have problems with people buying cards from them. Went very, very smooth, but less than this card, a good amount.
But that's like a good lesson on serial numbers, that they're not the end all be all, because even though your card is out of 90, correct?
Yeah, you don't find it.
And this one's out of 25. And these outbursts are very nice. So this isn't a knock on the outburst, but if I could pay $508 US for this card or the 25th anniversary auto that you have, I would buy your card 100 times out of 100.
Oh, you would? Aw, thanks, Josh. Would you, Louis?
Absolutely.
Guys, you're the best. Thanks. And I'm sorry not to be a jerk, but everyone hates the honest guy, but it's the 20th anniversary. It's not the 25th.
Sorry.
It's okay. No, it's okay. It's okay.
The number one selling card to date, all of 3 days into release, is the Macklin Celebrini StarQuest rookie auto, sold for $650 US on the 27th by eBay. And I was kind of curious how rare these are because they're not numbered. So overall odds to hit any StarQuest rookie on hockeychecklist.com is 1 in 18 boxes. There's 25 rookies on the checklist. So it's like this card, the Macklin, was 1 in 450 boxes.
That doesn't seem that rare.
Yeah,
right?
Not too much.
It's only one card in a box. No.
Well,
it's a nice card.
So I would say overall the sales have not been too crazy at this point. Nobody's like going gangbusters, but it's still early, and so. And I was thinking like I think the last couple years of Clear Cut have been pretty like that. It's like trending up.
Yeah. No. I don't. Clear Cut's never going away. It has too much of a loyal following. I go through phases too. I'm like, hey, Clear Cut. I love Clear Cut.
Sure.
I love Clear Cut, but I just wait for everybody like Dave to open them.
Yeah. The Louis Smart, good listener. Clear Cut's a great product to like, I'll wait 3 years for this card. Like it just wait it out.
Sometimes people don't even need to say a word for you to know exactly like how they're feeling. You could just see it in Dave on your show. He loves this product so much.
I know, he's pregnant. He's glowing. I'm like, dude, what trimester are you in?
If he didn't have to answer to his wife, I think he would literally buy all of it.
Did you hear? He's like on Tuesday or Wednesday, Phil, I bought 4 boxes. I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna make it to Friday. And then Thursday, right away, sorry, I opened the 4 boxes, but I'm gonna go buy 4 more. I promise. I'm like, I'm not worried you're gonna break your promise.
No, the best part was
you're supposed to be at work. Like
the best part on that was while she was in the room there, and he was saying, "Yeah, I think I did pretty good. I really think I did good, honey. How do you think I did? You could have done better."
Yeah.
Rebecca, yeah, she's a beauty. Yeah, she's hilarious. So funny. Power couple.
Well, if you need more boxes that are in Canada, go to mintink.ca because you can get them there, sure. And you probably want to beat Dave because I think once he buys out the United States, I'm sure he'll make a trip over the border and buy out Canada too.
Nah, get your own canoe. I'm going with Louis.
Okay.
Oh God.
Well, Phil,
Yes.
almost a record mailbag. This is a big one.
Really? They always feel the same to me. I never notice. Let's go. Let's take a back seat there, Josh. I'll take over for a bit.
Okay, buddy.
All right, Gongshow Mailbag. Listen up. Discord, Postmaster Scott. With the announcement of the 2028 National being in Detroit, do you anticipate that more hockey will be available there due to proximity to Canada and the expected uptick in visitors from there? Louis, what do you think?
I said I hope so, but I doubt it.
Okay. Josh, opinion?
Well, it's right. You have Windsor right across the river there. So, yeah, maybe a little bit more. It would be nice.
Yeah, but doesn't everybody have anybody new that wanted to come? Aren't they in a waiting list though for tables?
Fair.
Good point. Good point. I think it would be a lot of fun. There you go, Scott. Discord next. Big Mac 316. Whopper 419's cousin. Hey guys, love the show. Thanks for all the great insights each week. I'm in the process of consolidating my hockey.
Wait. Is he talking about the right show?
Yeah, no kidding, eh? I'm going to start again.
Okay.
I'm in the process of consolidating my hockey card collection and trying to organize things more intentionally. I've got a lot of bulk cards, unwanted inserts, and miscellaneous pieces that don't really fit my collection goals anymore. What's the best way to move these out in a one bulk transaction? Are there platforms, dealers, or strategies you'd recommend for offloading this kind of volume efficiently without spending hours listing everything individually? I just said an auction or card show. I think Louis got around the same answer. I think Josh is a better one.
Ooh, shots fired.
No, I don't have Louis is the same answer as me. I don't know. Right. Doesn't he?
So here's what I would do. Big Mac. Any cards in the $10 range and above, I would slab sharks them. And because it pretty much is just bulk selling them anyways, when you fill out the submission form, you don't have to list each card even individually. You just say I have 198 cards and you sign the form and then you send them to slab sharks and they list them all for you. You just don't want to do like $5 cards because they have a minimum $3 listing fee plus the payout can make it not super worth it. And then anything below $10, you just can't be greedy. I would just do a Facebook marketplace and be honest, and you'll find somebody. And when you're getting rid of stuff in bulk, you're not maximizing value, right? That's how the equilibrium works.
Good answer. Next question. Discord. Base card Tom C. He aims high. Hey, fellas, how long will it take for us to see pricing data move on Marcel Dion cards as a result of the past 2 weeks of hot takes? Well, isn't that flattering and cute? Thank you, base card Tom. Yeah, Josh, what do you think?
Yeah, these questions make my skin crawl. Nothing against you, Tom, but my biggest fear is that we would ever, and I don't think we do, but would ever have any tangible or perceptible impact on the market. I don't want to have that responsibility.
I don't think so. No, maybe like on an eBay auction during the week. That's about it. But that's flattering, very flattering. Next question, Discord. Vegas Collector. Hola, amigos. With all the chatter about McJesus' lack of a cup and the potential impact on his future value, which current player, McDavid excluded, would have the biggest market jump with a cup win or another cup win? I'll go first. No, I won't. Josh will go first.
I would think Austin Matthews would be a Canadian hero and icon if he brought Lord's Stanley Cup back to Toronto. Right, Phil? Maybe even they would do like a permanent postage stamp of only McDavid or sorry, not McDavid, but only Matthews going forward.
Louis, what do you think?
Hands down the same thing. Matthews all day.
All right. Well, I have stamp books, and that'll never be in my stamp book. But you're right. I have to be honest. If he finds any of the following words in the playoffs, such as clutch or victory or success, I totally agree that he'd be on the stamp And the way Canada's rolling things out these days, they'd be like, so what? He's American. He's a nice guy. Put him on the stamp. Okay, next question. Discord. 2-cent hockey cards. Bonjour, les hommes de hockey.
Bonjour.
With Black Diamond dropping off of late as a brand, too expensive, not enough chases. Do you think it diminishes the value of previous Black Diamond releases? It's kind of a oxymoron. Is that what you say? 20 years ago, I think Black Diamond was pretty highly regarded. Does that change now that today's Black Diamond is not? I'll go first. It's a product that continuously confuses me. I think bring UD Black back. They're very different. That's where I take it on that. Louis, what do you think?
Bring UD Black back. I don't know. They each have their own. Oh, what did I write? Each have its own place. One doesn't hurt the other.
Joshy Poo?
I think 2-cent is right in that the quality and just construction of the recent releases has hurt it. The other thing that Black Diamond did is, like, if you look at, like, I'm a big fan of the Crosby and Ovechkin rookies from Black Diamond. They're really tough, and there's like I think a ruby parallel maybe out of 100 and a emerald out of 25 that are very valuable cards, or maybe the emeralds out of 10 even, I don't know. But what Upper Deck did is they put those basically tributes for 3 years in extended series, and they didn't do it like they did like the exquisite 0304 patch auto tributes. They made them like a really common like 50-cent insert. So now you have the lower quality of the current releases, and then kind of some of the more iconic cards ever in the set are just like a common insert in. And this was when extended series had a little bit worse of a rap than it does. And so I think that that's factored in as well.
All right.
But I like how you said that, but I think the recent quality of the product does have an impact. I don't, for the fact that people know now that it's kind of horse manure, where back it wasn't. It was a really good product for many years, right?
Yeah, and for the price point, it's marketed as like a luxury or a mid to high end set, and it's like sticker autos and
now it looks like you beat it with a leather belt. Yeah.
QC seems really tough on it too. But okay.
Next question. Keggers cards. With all of the Mount Rushmore talk, as a collector getting back into the hobby that doesn't have a 99 card yet, that's Wayne Gretzky's number, if anyone didn't know. If you wanted to buy one Wayne Gretzky card to say you have to put one in your collection, which card would you suggest looking at? Louis?
I said I like something. If it was me, I'd go after something like the 2009 The Cup Sidney Crosby Tribute Auto out of 10, one of those cards, or a Cup Gold Patch Auto out of 8, something eye-catching, something cool. I wouldn't be chasing a rookie. They're a dime a dozen. You can find them anywhere, anytime. That wouldn't be my first go-to. I
agree. Yeah, I don't, no point on that. Go ahead, Josh.
Well, I would go for a rookie because I still think it's an iconic card, and you guys hate Wayne Gretzky. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, it's about time we're being honest on the show. I, though, would look for a low grade, high eye appeal and, not break the bank.
I would probably go Seismic Gold. He's got a couple of years of Seismic Gold out there. I could have looked up the years or remembered them by memory, but you'll have to look that up yourself, Keggers cards. I'm sorry. And I think they're a little lower on the price tag than anything else, under $1,000. And if you want to go even lower than that, maybe a canvas card. I don't know your budget, but that's kind of where I'd go. And I'm more with Louis. A low grade Gretzky, they're a dime a dozen, so there's no rush for that. But sometimes someone might suggest that to you. Just put it to the side. Okay.
Wait. I could just add really quick. I think the Seismic Golds are 2017 and 2018. 2017 is the All-Star, and 2018 is the Oilers.
Another good suggestion, Keggers cards. Get smarter friends than you are, and then you don't have to remember stuff. Next question from Rob. As a Canadian ComC member, can I ship my ComC cards to US Slab Sharks for auction? I have no idea.
You can, but I need people to listen very carefully to this, though, because in order for us to transport a submission from the US to Slapshacks in Canada, we need two things. We need the cards and your submission form. So if you send cards from ComC because they're not at your house, you have to fill out a submission form and sign it, and then scan it and email that to us so we have it and can print it for you and put it in the box. And then you have to notify us as to what is happening. Don't just do this and where we get a random box of cards with no submission form.
Has that
Because
happened
I
yet?
can't know, but I'm worried that it will happen. But yeah, I mean, if you have cards on ComC that you just want to sell and you think Slapshacks is a good route for that, we'd be happy to help you out.
Excellent. Next question, Discord, Cards AH. How much smaller do premium mega patches have to get before they can't be called mega anymore? Probably around the same time the jumbo family box of Honey Nut Cheerios goes back to an actual jumbo family box of Honey Nut Cheerios.
Oh yeah,
That's my
family
answer.
size. Mhm.
Yeah, family size my butt. Josh?
Every time we've asked Upper Deck this, they've insisted that though they're just changed the size of the window and it's like an optical.
Yeah, I know, because no one has a ruler.
Yeah. Well, I've calculated the area of the patch window. No, I don't know. Yeah.
Good question. North Stars, next question. North Stars fan 23. Is there a Gongshow promo code for Card Ladder? I am considering subscribing to this service. Thanks. Even if we have, I have no idea if we do. Josh will answer you. Even if we don't have one, brother, I don't sell cards ever. I use Card Ladder every day. I use Card Ladder the pictures are great. The ease of use. I use it just a window shop on the can, man. It's great. It's awesome. Yeah. Do you guys have the right answer?
We do have a promo code, or we do have a sign up code. It's in the link in the show description. I don't know if there's a discount or not. I haven't checked in a long time. So sorry.
Okay. Discord, Mad Dog 78. Is the current Upper Deck flagship 3 sets or 1 set with the 3 releases? It's a tongue twister. I have my opinion, but I would love your thoughts. I'll hang up and listen. I got lost in the sauce. So
I think it's a great question. You don't understand what he's saying? Just so he's saying that. So right now there's Series 1, Series 2, and Extended. Is that one release in 3 parts or 3 different releases in your?
No, it's one release, 3 different parts.
It's one release, 3 different.
Isn't that what it is?
I
It's
think
not
some
3
people would answer.
products.
I think so too, but I wouldn't be shocked if someone said it's 3 different products.
The Upper Deck will probably say, like, what? No, Series 2 is Series 2. Obviously, it's a different product, Phil. Okay, Billy. All right, next question. And I hate when he looks around the room like for everyone to agree with them. No one's agreeing. Maybe they are. I don't know. Okay, next question. JT Hockey. What do you think or hope Legends cards will look like in 10, 20 years and onwards? Well, I can answer that right now. Just look at a card from this year. Okay, anyways. I know Legend autos and mem cards are very popular and pricey right now, depending on the player. But most of those Legends didn't have auto or mem cards for most or all of their playing years. Since there are so many autograph and memorabilia cards of McDavid, Ovechkin, and Sidney Crosby, etc., during their playing days, do you think these types of cards that are produced once they retire will sell at a significant discount? I've struggled reading that. Whew. I need a break.
Words
Josh,
are hard.
Yeah, I know. Well, commas are easy.
Well, it's an interesting question, right? Because what he's saying is that, well, Gretzky didn't have patch autos during until the very, very end of his career. And now all these, like the Connor McDavid, by the time he retires, will have a million of them. So when he's 10 years into retirement, is the McDavid limited logos going to be that big of a deal? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I would guess no. And
like, not to bring it up again, what's the criteria? I'm not even going to say cups, but like, I'll give an example. I wrote, like, look at the Pavel Bure cards now. They're flying. They've always had a strong market, but now they're hot. There's FOMO, the whole bit. Why not Sergei Fedorov? He's got a strong hobby.
Although the Bure thing was he didn't sign for so long, so everyone's going circumstantial.
There's not a lot of Sergei autos out there. He's just a comparable player to me. And Sergei Fedorov's got over 1,200 points or 1,100 or whatever. Bure's got what? Not even 800? I think he's got 800. I think he's just under, actually. I should have.
Yeah, but I think that just what he's saying though is that will we care as much about legend cards when the players of today are retired and will have already had 20,000 different cards? Will we?
I say generally no.
Yeah, I would say too.
Yeah, generally no.
That
That's why.
the more the emphasis will be on the current players.
Mm-hmm.
Good question, JT. Discord, Kegger's Cards snuck another one in there. What few players do you think would really benefit in the hobby with a change of scenery via a trade? I'm being dead serious. I think Austin Matthews would. I really do. And Elias Pettersson.
That's a good one.
That's, he actually came to my mind first. I'm just kind of picking on Austin. I know he's got a strong hobby and everything, but he's not trending the best. He better have a good year. Louis?
I'm not really sure. Just everybody to the Panthers.
Okay. Josh?
Not Kaprizov. No.
Right. Ha!
Brady T, maybe. I don't know. Rangers?
Homer.
There we go. Like, in all seriousness, would Quinn Hughes have a bigger hobby market out of Vancouver, do you think?
I don't. Vancouver's an enigma, man. I don't get that team. I don't get that management. I don't get the city. Well, I've never been to the city.
He's
Or
he's coming to Jersey.
Yeah. I was trying to think of
Can you
like players that
imagine?
might be wilting away. Is Tage Thompson in Buffalo? Is that a problem
Who?
for him? Tage?
I would love. Listen, I would love to go to. If I was a superstar in any sport, I would love to go to a small market team and own that city. Big fish in a small pond is way better than a small fish in a big pond or a medium fish in a big
Yeah,
unless you're Alex Rodriguez or Aaron Judge, I'd
No.
rather be Jay Buhner on the Mariners. Well, no, Griffey was on there. It's a bad example.
yeah, but the problem with that is then you go to a small market, your team never wins the cup, and your card market tanks.
Well, I think some what are some small markets that won cups? Show idea? I don't know,
Florida.
maybe there aren't any.
Florida.
What's that?
Florida.
Florida. There you go.
Could you imagine if a player demanded a trade from their NHL team because their card market's up?
That would be funny. I don't think there's one hockey player who is a serious sports card collector.
Oh, there has to be.
A serious one? A serious one?
What happened there?
What?
Was
Okay,
there
next
a
question.
glitch in the Matrix or what?
Yeah, I think so. That
Okay.
Philish.
Ew.
Mr.
deep breath.
Brinklow. Oh my goodness, you wrote so much. All right, here we go. A few episodes ago, I actually agreed with Phil. Yes, it's true. A conservative agreed with a liberal. I completely agree that if Carey Price played anywhere else other than Montreal, he wouldn't be the hobby chase that he is. If Montreal kept Halak over Price, Halak would have been the king in Montreal. If McDavid got selected by Buffalo instead, Eichel would be the king of Edmonton. Same if Matthews played in Columbus over the blue team. Our hobby is very reliant on geographical location within a true hockey market. What are some players you can name that their market value would be greatly improved if they played in Montreal, Toronto, Edmonton, or yes, even Ottawa? I would make a strong case for Kucherov. He is arguably as valuable as McDavid. In his point production in Tampa is amazing, yet practically a hobby dud. Yeah, I think he is a hobby dud. Okay, what do you think? All right, I'm going to go first. First of all, a conservative agreed with a liberal. Which one am I? Because I don't know. I'm a little nervous on that one, Mr. Brinklow, because I have no idea which one you think I am, Chris.
You're not the L word.
So, well, okay, I might surprise you, Louis. I don't really have a team anymore, and I'll be very honest. I've said it before. There's only one national election I've never voted in, and it's the last one. I have never not voted liberal my entire life. I voted for the liberal government every single year my entire life, including 2016 and the one that I'm very embarrassed about, the one after that. If you want to know my politics without me talking about my politics, just come up to me and ask me questions about things. I don't really have a team anymore. I very much enjoy thinking deeply and connecting the topics that I have personal experience with. So if you see me be passionate about topic X, I can guarantee you I have a big experience in it.
I
I
love
just
that
do,
topic.
right? I'm a small business owner in Canada, so I have a lot to say. I do 10 to 20 estimates at people's homes every day of the week, including Saturdays for 9 months of the year. My finger is on the pulse of the public and its tone and its cadence very, very well. Much just like I know what's going on and I can feel it in my city. Okay. So I've bowed out and I've mentioned that many, many times. I've never been very political. I think the local community things matter the most now. Okay. I really don't like being labeled and I don't have one. I'm not a liberal or conservative. I think if you work hard, you should get more stuff than the people that don't work hard. Whatever that means, I don't know. But there's one example. So if you can ask me questions and you can put me in whatever category you want. But I'm the sum of my experiences. Okay, that's it. And to answer your question, oh yes, I'm sorry. I want to finish this. I'll pay more attention to politics when we have leaders that push messaging like for the public and the citizens to be the best versions of themselves. When Arnold Schwarzenegger was the governor of California and he was always like pumping iron with the kids, he was talking about health and nutrition. That is amazing. That's what we need to talk about. I don't want health ministers who are obese telling me what's healthy or not. Anyways, okay, next. Back to, I think if Austin Matthews played for Columbus or LA, he'd be a much bigger soy boy superstar. I think the attention he gets in Toronto is far too detailed and far too analyzed about his game. He'd rather be at dinner at a fancy bistro with a fashion satchel and smile for the camera. And I really believe he'd play better hockey if he got that opportunity with less stress. Because we're not talking about Danny Healy. We're talking about Austin Matthews. He just plays for the enemy. I respect Austin Matthews. He's a top 10 best hockey players in the world. Of course he is. I don't think he handles the pressure in Toronto well. I don't think he's clutch. I really don't. He could win a cup and prove me wrong. He could win 2 cups and prove me wrong. I don't know. I don't think he's got the mustard or the juice. I don't think he's got it. He doesn't have the Patrice Bergeron, Matthew Tkachuk, Sam Bennett snarling teeth. He doesn't know how to do it, and I don't think he ever has had to do it coming to the show. Hot take. Okay. Who else wants to go after? I just murdered that. Should we just
the question?
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. He wants to know players that would play somewhere else if they would do better in the hobby.
I think geographical location can. I also think exposure to people, like how big your TV market is, can boost a hobby market for a player. But
yeah,
it's not the end all be all, like the Connor McDavid example in the question. I think he would have stood out no matter where he was playing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's kind of funny thinking of McDavid in a Sabres uniform.
Is there a player whose hobby market would go down if he got traded to Montreal?
Ooh, well,
I don't think so.
They love the Russians or they hate the Russians. It's one or the other. So,
well, they got
Alexei Kovalev. I'm surprised they don't have a stat. They might actually. I don't even know. They should have a statue of him. And he never did anything too crazy. He was just pure class, pure skill, turtleneck. They loved him.
Montreal's hobby market is the one I honestly hate the most. Because they're loyal to all their Habs, but it's just what's the new shiny one in the room. You know,
I don't know, man. I wouldn't mess with him. I love them so much. Yeah,
this is the part of the show where Phil and I are very clear about saying we have no part of that take.
Yeah, that was all Louis' take. All Louis.
Okay, I'm reiterating what we usually always say on the show, but they like the new shiny diamond that comes into Montreal, and then somebody else falls off. Somebody else falls off.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
They will always chase their own. They love their Habs. They will go after them all day and all night. But the new guy in town gets all the love.
Yeah,
and the next new guy. Then the
Cole
next
Caulfield who? Who's that guy again? Whatever. It's last year's news.
So yeah, get me. Come get me.
We about an hour into this question now.
Yeah, Discord that's my fault. Apologies, boys. I just want to take the opportunity because I always get that label. Phil's a Trumpy. I'm like, I'm not. I'm a Canadian. I don't read what you read, buddy. I'm working. I like the jokes. Okay, Discord. Underquaker 3535. It has been well established on the Gong Show that Moncton does not exist. You have convinced me this is true. My issue is that I went there on my honeymoon. This is so funny. Can you help me figure out if I'm actually married? I'd like to know for sure so I could tell my wife, 2 sons, 2 dogs, and 2 cats. Bro, you're busy. I hope I am. Don't think the cats would take it pretty well. Well, I'm laughing out loud, clearly. Louis, what do you think?
I really do think you're in some sort of relationship, but maybe it's the spousal union or the spousal knot. It's one of those two.
Nah, it's the cats. Josh, what do you think?
I can answer this very definitively, and I'm sorry, Underquaker, but you are not married. Your cats are bastards.
Oh, little bastards.
I'm sure Canada, though, has great cat therapists.
We do. There's at least one in every neighborhood, I'm sure. Do you know you could put your dog on antidepressants? You know, my vet recommended that. I'm like, she just looks like that, dude. She's a boxer. It's like, well, here's a pamphlet. I'm like, yeah. Anyways, Discord, head listener. Greetings, gentlemen, athletes. Greetings, gentlemen. Athletes help to design shoes, sticks, pads, bats, and all other things they use for their sports. What do you think if Upper Deck had some players design an insert set? Maybe just a small veteran set? Do you think they would come up with some good ideas? And would you be interested if, say, Brady or Kirill had input on one of their own cards? Now, that's a take I can get behind. I don't think they would actually care, though. They'd probably just end up paying someone else, or their girlfriend or mom would do it. Yeah. So let's start this program, but the players have to approach us. They have to want to do it. Like, I would want Ovechkin to be like, yeah, I'll make a card. And I'd want him to do it because it would be crazy, outrageously ridiculous. And we would all probably love it. So if the NHLPA said, okay, no, we got to do this, guys. It's a new program. No, I don't want that. I want them to want to do it, you know? Mm-hmm. Josh, what do you think?
I think it would be, if you had any athlete make a card, it would either be amazing or the worst thing ever, and there's no middle ground.
Louis, do you think anything?
But probably terrible.
No.
Okay, next question. 16-bit hockey cards. Do you have any hobby breakout candidates for this season, similar to Tage Thompson or Jason Robertson a few seasons ago? I'll go first. Yes, the entire San Jose Sharks roster. I'm watching.
You're fanboying Michael Misa big time.
Yeah, big time. Kid's great, man. And Will Smith, I think and Celebrini. I mean, Celebrini's Canadian. I need the next 10 to 20 years of my country hockey to be good. So let's go, Macklin. You know? What do you boys think?
There'll be plenty. Liam Ogren, baby.
Anyways, next question. Stutzel, 18. Hey, ladies. Must be talking to you guys. If your main PC player is announced to be signing at the Expo, are you getting any cards signed? If so, or why? Josh, what do you think?
Well, I would for sure get a card signed, but I don't think you can answer which card because that's really dependent on the player and what cards they have available. But what I know for sure I would do is I would call Neil right away and say, please help me. And he would.
Louis, what do you think?
I'd be there.
Yeah. I don't think I would be.
Why?
Unfortunately. No, I don't think I would be.
There's
there's no athlete on the planet that I would pay money to meet and for them to sign my card. I'd rather buy a box of cards and hope I hit that card or and I don't know why I don't want to meet my heroes and the whole bit.
But premium for the card already signed and buy it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to meet the person, man. I want it to be elusive. I want it to be I still want to feel a kid in that sense a bit. Like GSP, George St. Pierre, he's probably the only person ever I would feel comfortable with if I bumped into to say, hey man, can I take a quick picture? I feel a connection to him. He's from Montreal. I watched him come up. You know, he fights professionally or used to. He's probably the only athlete I would because of his personality. If I saw Brady walking down the street, I'd cross the street and run. I wouldn't even go near him. I wouldn't. He's a kid to me. He's a kid. He's closer to my son's age than me. I'm a grown man. That's weird. You know,
I can't wait to donate you to science someday.
Oh, stop. Okay, come on. Let's go. Okay. Oh, Stutzel, you have more questions. I'm sorry. Who finishes with more career points? Oh, this is gas on the fire, eh? Josh, this is for you. McDavid or Dion? I'm just going to go and make some popcorn. I'll be right back.
I actually took this seriously. And
okay, of course you did. Numbers guy.
So Marcel Dion had 1,771 career points. After 10 NHL seasons, McDavid already has 1,082 points. So I think McDavid, barring significant injury, should surpass probably 2,000 points if he plays till he's 38, 40 years old.
Well, Ovechkin broke his femur and he came. No, not his femur. Fractured it or something. He came back same year. 2 months later.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Next question.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Louis. Go ahead, man.
Oh, we're
Sorry.
past it. It's too late now. The moment passed.
You're right. I agree. Doghouse Hockey Cards. Hola, muchachos. ¿Cómo estás? Okay. Want to get your take on junior players entering American colleges? Gavin McKenna, for example, and what that could do for our future hobby markets. Will exposure in a thriving U.S. college market like Boston or North Dakota?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's ever been called the thriving college market, but it's a good hockey team. Sure.
Did I get the state right?
Yeah.
Nice. Versus an Ontario Hockey League or a Western Hockey League market, OHL or WHL market, have any significant hype increase? I think that's a great question, but I think it really all depends how they play and how big of a splash they make. I think it's very player specific. And once the more eyes get on there, and if players start dominating more in the NCAA, Canadian or American, it's more eyes on that program.
No, this is 100% a Canadian question because nobody here is ever thinking, I can't wait to get one of their cards because they're killing it in the NCAA.
Okay. What percentage of pre-NHL cards, like the Gavin McKenna cards, the Team Canada ones selling, are bought by Canadians versus Americans? I have to think it's a very healthy percentage of that's going to Canadians.
Yeah, because you know what? I would buy, and I'm like, oh man, NCAA, that's like real. That's not the OHL. I can just walk down the street and go to the OHL game. That's like, man, whatever. But like NCAA, that's like the big leagues. It's so funny. Everything's bigger in the States, you know? Okay. Well, I wouldn't know. So I've heard and seen in movies. All right, next question. Instagram. Okay, is everything bigger in Texas, though?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? So if I get like a hamburger and fries, it's bigger there than in like North Carolina?
Yep.
I hope so. Okay, next question. Instagram. Puck and cards. All right, boys, need your wisdom here. If I crack... It's kind of funny. If I crack open a clear-cut card, ditch the fancy one-touch, and stuff it into a penny sleeve, top loader, and binder, am I committing a cardboard crime? Like, is the value going to drop because I like touching the cards? Or am I just giving it a more humble home? Cheers. Louis, what do you think?
Absolutely not. Don't be fooled by that stupid little sticker.
Amen, brother. Lots of people do that, and I'm one of them. Louis is one of them. It's just an Ultra Pro holder with a really cheap, mediumly adhesive sticker that literally peels off if you sneeze on it. Don't sneeze on it, though. Well, you can if you want, if it's yours. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why this sticker is not good. I've heard rumors. I don't want to spread them. But apparently Billy likes licking the stickers before he sticks them on the Ultra Pro. So it loses a lot of its like viscosity.
Oh, that was great.
You know, adhesiveness.
That was great.
So. Anyways, I don't want to start things, but okay. Next question. Bill Brasky. Hey, boys. Do you think dealers at the expo will start using you don't have to pay the tariffs as a defense on us folks coming up from the state when negotiating a price? I don't know what our neighbors to the north are getting hit, but down here, I guess we're taking a 25% kick to the pills. 100%, I think the dealers would. I would. That's exactly what I would be like. Well, you don't have to pay tariffs. I don't know. Smart. Take advantage of the opportunity.
Yeah, you don't have to buy it or sell it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Almost.
Nice,
No, we're over halfway done, though. Okay. Ulrich Horn, Instagram. Is it better to store O-Pee-Chee Platinum cards in 35 or 55.1 touches? They often bend a little, so 35 point might be good. However, O-Pee-Chee Platinum cards are a little bit thicker, and at 55 point, the surface isn't touched as much, potentially damaged. Also, what effect does a slight curve bend in the cards have on grading with PSA BGS? Of course, for extra protection, I usually put on a card a penny sleeve while placing it into the one touch. I simply enjoy looking at my cards the most when they're in magnetic holders / one touches. I use 35 points and I've never had an issue. Take that guidance carefully. Louis?
I use 35s, and I will say I've never used a penny sleeve on any card in a magnetic holder. I think it's silly.
Even on your big patch cards, your cup ones?
I don't put anything in a sleeve when it goes into a magnetic holder.
No, I don't know. No, that's not what he means. He means
Oh.
like you fold the penny sleeve. There is no 155 point, right? So a cup patch card.
So they don't
sometimes-
hang around in there.
Yeah, so
Well,
it doesn't. Maybe that's not what he meant. I don't know.
I
That's
usually
how
put on the card a penny sleeve while placing it into the one touch. I don't know.
Yeah,
I know
so
some people lay a penny sleeve on top of it and then put the top on the magnetic. If
To
that's
protect
what
the
he's saying.
surface.
Yeah, no. I don't.
Louis, no, I'm a yes sometimes if the card doesn't fit well, but in general, for your seismic gold or O-Pee-Chee platinum, I think Louis and I are 35 point guys.
Can I address the curve thing? All chromium cards curve, not just upper deck. So Topps Chrome, Prism cards. And so I think the grading companies are well aware of that.
Good answer, boys. All right, next question. Let's go blue cards. Tread lightly. Oh, let's go blues cards. Okay, I like you. Question for the show. Getting back into the hobby after a 30-year hiatus. So much to learn. Watch your show religiously. Thanks, man. I recently bought a Stature Gretzky Auto Red Photo variant out of 5. PSA 8. I don't plan to sell it for a long time. But if I break it out of the PSA slab, since it's a numbered card, would somebody be able to look up the grade anyways? I have heard you guys say that some PSA graded cards would go for more raw. Thank you. And my son says Phil is hilarious. Oh, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Your son is a good lad, St. Louis. Josh, answer the man's question.
I think Statue is one of those brands where a PSA 8 is not a terrible grade. But that being said, a card like this, out of 5, a Gretzky Auto, to me, it doesn't, value-wise, it doesn't change versus in the slab or not. So I would say whatever your preference is, if you plan to keep the card for a while, if you're going to sell it, it's probably safer to keep it in the slab. But if you're going to keep it for a while, I think if you cracked it, it wouldn't hurt the value. That's just my opinion.
I agree with Josh's opinion. I don't ask me about cracking things. If it's not a 10, I crack it. So next question, Instagram, Hobby Boot.
Oh, hold on. Though.
Oh.
To finish his question, though, would
Oh, is
somebody
there
be
more?
able to look it up? I guess you'd have to have 5 or 6 of the, or 5 or 6. You'd have to have 3 probably of the 5 maybe graded, and you could. Well, no, you still wouldn't know. There's
If
no
you
way to
looked,
follow
if you
that.
found
You
a
could
little picture-
you could manually do it, but good luck with
and
that.
nobody cares though. That's
No.
not a legitimate concern, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, it's not a thing. It's not a thing. Oh. Okay, next question, Hobby Boot. I would like to expand on OK Mama 2021's question from last week. What are the worst 5 sets from the past 5 years specifically? I love this question. It's easy to say MVP, Synergy, Ice, etc. are the worst sets because they are the lowest end sets. But there are some of those particular sets in various years I'd rather open than 21, 22 credentials, for example. Good point, man. Some years of Ice are better than others. I guess the question is, which products over the past 5 years would you not open unless they were dollar bin pricing? I'll go first because I like this question. So I get it now. 2021, 22, O-Pee-Chee Platinum, dog food, no centering, no shimmy shine, nothing. 2019, 2020, Allure. I get it. The first year of the set, it had to be a martyr. I get it, but it's terrible. It's just so weird, but it had to happen. That had to happen for us to get the Allure we have today. They had to play with designs and everything. 2021 Upper Deck Extended. Pretty sure you can buy that at any LCS for about $30 a box. 50
Kaprizov, Acetate, Young Guns, Phil.
Yeah, you're probably, yeah. Good luck. And lastly, 2024. So I want to explain this. 24, 25 Upper Deck Series 2. Or no, 23, 24. I'm sorry.
23, 24. Yeah, you got
23, 24 Upper Deck Series 2. Not for okay, I'll just explain it. I was beyond I'm in dad mode right now. I'm disappointed when this set came out. I was kind of one of the defenders that didn't think the hefty price tag would be on there, and everybody was wrong. Everybody was wrong. It was way more than we all thought. And it felt like a spit in the face from giving a lot of money for almost 30 years of my life buying cases almost every year of that product, all because of a hype thing. And what makes this worse, what completely to me about that year is when people try to explain it to me, like the people on the other side of that aisle. Listen, I know I'm silly and goofy, and I know that. I'm not naive though. And I do own a business, and I have for quite some time. And I've run other businesses for other people locally, not like Josh business stuff. I am not naive, and I recognize a business opportunity like most other people. Marketing and the masses have taken its own shape. But trust me, there's a lot of us out there that rolled their eyes and willfully ignored and still love the distributors and the manufacturers. But that was dirty. And I willfully ignore it. I choose not to go back to it, but you brought it up. That is my number one thing in the last 5 years that really upsets me. It was, yeah. So I went long again. Sorry.
I think you listed like 2019, the first year, as much as I like Allure today, the first year of Allure was terrible. And even 2020 is not that great, if I'm being honest. With my, and then, 21, 22 Platinum was a tough year.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Anything for your mind, Louis?
No, I kind of agreed with you. That's why I didn't put anything down.
Right on. Next question, Discord. Cheeto Fingers. Hello, gentlemen. I'm not picking on Phil. Yeah, sure. But a question for him. I feel like I've answered too long anyways. But a question for him. You have stated your love, which I agree with, for the exquisite patch auto card design from LeBron James rookie year, as well as liking your patches square or rectangular. The patch on the card is in the shape of an R. Phil, explain yourself. Okay, I will. Well, let's do a little miniature history lesson. Super quick. Let's get a flyer. In 2003-2004, Upper Deck Exquisite Basketball, which is LeBron James's rookie year, had an R-shaped window because it became the signature design element, the rookie patch, R for rookie. Okay, so it's the original design set. Upper Deck designed the patch window in the shape of a giant R for rookie to emphasize the set's focus on rookie cards, especially LeBron James. So that's the answer. So they don't change it because it's iconic, right? So even now for non-rookies, the shape, I would think, signals or gives the vibe of this is an exquisite style premium patch auto. That's what the R stands for. And I don't even see the R anymore. It just kind of looks like a patch window. So I would think of it as like, this is Upper Deck's way of trying to like honor a legendary set, you know?
Can I ask you a question about that card? Because
am I totally wrong? Does the R
no.
stand for rookie?
Yeah.
No, it does. I know.
Are you at all fearful that Upper Deck is going to overdo that card?
Which one of mine you mean? The Gretzky?
No, just the 0304 tributes in general.
Yeah, I'm getting that's a good question, Madigan, because it's picking up steam, right? Like when I bought my Ovechkin 3 years ago for $2,500, that's worth a lot more than that now, and I'm holding on to that for dear life. But
you don't want 7 Ovechkins from 7 different years of that card.
Yeah, so if I have that card and then, like, let's say in the next 10 years, 3 more Ovechkins come out of that style, I probably should have sold it yesterday, you know? And I have a feeling he's going to sign a lot, I think. He'll be like, yeah, okay, sure. Like, you know? So I don't know. I'm struggling with my Ovechkin collections, man. Even my exquisite collections. Now that more people like it, I kind of don't like it anymore. I don't know. Next question. Or do you guys have No, I guess that was for me. Okay, next question. Bill Brasky. We're almost done here. A few more. Ever meet someone who tries to tell you all about hockey cards or hockey, but clearly has no clue what they are talking about? For instance, I worked with a guy who, when he saw my Nordiques hat, he would say, oh, man, I love that team. La, 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 Fontaine. But my favorite player was Steve Yez, pronounced Pez, like the candy. Steve Yez Ermen. I opened my mouth to question these statements, and before I could get words out, I was met with, yeah, I pretty much know everything about hockey. I just walked away chuckling to myself. Just smile and nod, man. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. In all walks and shapes and lives and communities. They're everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know Bill worked with Louis.
All right, next question. Instagram. Okay, mama. What is your favorite wacky insert? Also, Phil, after your whole misguided Shane Pinto Young Guns buying spree, I dollar cost averaged Do you still buy his cards? Yes, I still buy his cards, but I do not buy his Young Guns. Thanks.
When was the last Shane Pinto card you bought?
Oh, a nice Premier patch.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago. Think I'm going to show you guys? Forget that. Next question. Rick Mulligan, my buddy.
Oh, he asked like favorite wacky insert. I did. I really like
Oh.
I haven't bought any yet, but the Playmakers from Extended Series.
Yeah, they're great, eh? Yeah. Louis, do you have a
You don't
wacky
like them,
insert?
huh, Louis?
No, is that the set that Dave just finished?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh.
Oh.
No. I'm gonna answer this one at some point. I wanted to, but I ran out of time before we started.
Okay.
Cool. Next
Sorry.
question. It's okay. Instagram, Rick Mulligan, a new Patreon member, new Discord.
Yeah.
Will the Red Wings retiring Sergei Fedorov's number have any impact on his hobby market? I say, nope. What do you guys say?
Unfortunately, I mean, no. But
No.
then I'm just gonna say I wish he had more of a hobby market. He
I
should.
wish. Yeah, I wish this stuff did move the market. It would be more fun.
Mhm.
What does that mean? That means the hobby hockey market doesn't really honor hockey in that sense, right? When Alfredson's,
Maybe.
I was emotional when Alfredson got inducted in the Hall of Fame. Nobody cares. I mean, Fedorov. He's not, Alfredson's not Fedorov. I get it, but that's not a big thing anymore. Oh, inducted in the Hockey Hall of Fame. Like, anyway, I wish it was. Oh, well, we'll just keep doing what we're doing and maybe we'll change the narrative, right?
Mhm.
And the good listener pulling their weight. Next question, Facebook, second last one. Lucas Schiller. What's up, Lucas? With regard to Red Outburst, the out of 25 number, stamp, sticker, print, or whatever you call it, 24-25 looks worse than the 23-24, where it was gold ink and flipped. It's subtle, but in my opinion, makes a big difference once you see it. Crap, I didn't. Now I will. What do you fellas think? Am I the only one that noticed this? Yes. And cared enough to bring it up? Maybe. Well, you got my answer already through your question. Josh, what do you think?
Well, you piqued my interest, but it matters who the player is and the rookie is, right? And I think that all things being equal, the earlier version, if it's a veteran, will have more significance than the latter one. But yeah, the whole numbering foiling thing has been kind of a moving target over. It seems like with Upper Deck over the last few years.
All right,
Yeah.
Louis.
I'll let you know in a week when mine
There you
comes. I finally won the consumer versus cranky dealer battle. So I got one coming.
Attaboy.
Nice.
Last question. Facebook, JVD. How will the new tariffs affect cross-border sales? Will there be a decline? My brain hurts. I don't know. Maybe. Yes. I don't know. Will it rain?
Well, like we said, it can't help.
No.
Like
Yeah,
all
it can't
this news, it has to be affecting it to some degree, and hopefully there will be a concrete resolution soon. But again, I think the savvy collector will find a way to adapt and overcome.
I didn't mean the question made my brain hurt, Jay. I just meant the topic. That I think it's a great question, obviously. Okay. Yeah, I'm off the clock. It's up to you, Madigan. Back to you.
Good job by you, Phil.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. Personal Pickups brought to you by Pather and the Ultimate Holder. We store all of our featured ungraded cards in Ultimate Holders because, in our opinion, it's far superior to the traditional one touches. I'm sure you're wondering why, Louis, and I'm happy to explain. Ultimate
you.
Holders are made of acrylic and not poopy polystyrene plastic. That's a technical science word. Just so you know. Acrylic is stronger, clearer, more scratch resistant than those polystyrene one touches. Plus, the folks at Pather have also added UV protection to help protect those autos from sun damage. And the best news is they cost about the same as any other holder. So you get better for the same price, which sounds good to me. Head to shoppather.com or shoppather.ca. Check them out for yourself. Phil.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I didn't have time to get it to Louis, but that's my card I got from my video.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
Attaboy.
I did. Thanks.
Well,
Louis.
you're holding it without protection, huh?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to see it without protection. It feels better.
Just don't drop it.
Okay.
Don't damage it. Louis?
I finally started getting some mail. Holy macaroni.
Attaboy.
I grabbed a 23-24 Fleer Ultra Master Blasters Gold.
I'm a master
Capri Sun.
caster. I'm good at fishing. Josh is good
Yeah.
at baiting hooks. What would that make you, Josh?
Oh, there's a
Your
fan.
arch nemesis.
Sorry, Louis. Go ahead.
That's fine. Whatever. Mister, I didn't have time to get a card in the show. So
Ooh, shots fired. Shots. Louis.
I was out
Yeah.
fishing.
Wait, hold on.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
How are these in hand? Are you impressed? Or you need any more?
what here? This is how it looks in hand.
Oh, I like
Yeah,
it.
it's sick card, eh?
Does not look like the picture at all.
I
It
like.
is.
I think it looks exactly like the picture.
No.
Oh, did you buy me one too?
No, because this one was auctioned. I actually had to do a ComC auction to get this one.
Okay.
And I would hate to pay what they're going for on ComC now.
Yeah, they're like $100.
I know. I got this
What?
at 30. Yeah. Now they want 80 to 100 for them.
Yeah, ridiculous. Well, that's the ComC crowd. They're all
Yeah.
then a different entrepreneur group.
Yeah.
So I have
And
one pickup.
Josh,
Yep. I got the 24-25 O-Pee-Chee Platinum Kirill Kaprizov Retro Blue Luster
Ooh,
out of 100. And raw. Awesome looking card. Really tough to find these centered though.
Yeah.
is that one centered?
No.
No.
Right.
Look at the
You're not
black
going to see
border.
that every time you look at the card now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Will you disclose that when you try to trade it? Just to let you know, it's a little off center. Here's my protractor. Check it out.
Well, if somebody has eyes, I'm pretty sure that they'll be able to.
Yeah.
See that there's blue luster on the left side, but not on the right.
It's full of luster.
But they are pretty awesome though.
Yeah, that's a nice card.
Well, Phil, you have fun?
Yes, I had fun.
Okay. If you like the episode, please leave a rating review on Apple, Spotify, whatever podcast app you listen to us on. If you love the show, how can you not? It's got Louis. And you want to support us, you want to chat with us on the Hockey Cards Gongshow Discord server, please consider a $5 a month donation. Join our $9.99 support level tier on Patreon. Link is in the show description with our Instagram, TikTok profiles. You can search for us on Patreon's website, patreon.com, or just find the link on hockeycardsgongshow.com. We're 3 old guys on social media. Yeah, we're cool. Come follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. Big boys, the Hockey Cards Gong Show podcast is a production of Dogbox Ventures LLC. Happy Labor Day. Happy September. Happy.
Yeah. Back to school.
Why do you do that? It's so weird. Louis, take
What
us
up? Bye.
Yo, it's the Gong Show. We're dropping the facts. Hockey cards on fire. No holding us back. Josh looking sharp, the face of the scene. Feeling pork chop pants, rocking it clean. Baba Louie in the booth, he's the man with the plan. The best producer in all the land. Gong Show Nation, let's hit the flow. It's the Hockey Cards Gong Show. Let's go, let's go. Wanna say them in show.
Is it weird that I've developed emotional feelings for my cat?